not true. You're fibbing.
That's impossible.
You're fibbing right out of your mouth.
Ugh.
Do you even have teeth to lie through?
Are
If you're
we
that
good?
old?
I started.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
okay.
room smells, but there's nothing I can do about it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nothing I can do about it.
Tell your room to get a shower.
Dude, I can smell your room from here.
I don't know what that face is.
My roommate's bed is over there.
All right, so T-Cat. Last time in D&D, what happened was a bunch of people went and killed an old man and a bunch of little kids.
Yeah.
But the old man actually, he wasn't so bad. It was like an evil stick or something. But
I beat
Baraka
the evil
split it in
stick.
half, and right before the old guy died, he managed to mouth something that Markarius noticed, and he said King Richard, as to who gave him his evil stick of badness. Our heroes then memed around for a little while longer. They went and visited Igor, almost got put in the toaster oven, but did not. Promised to bring him some more tables. They also went and visited the armory, got a few quick upgrades. And other than that, they were heading on out, and they were just now coming out of the sewers. About to do who knows what. Crawl out of the sewers, it's dark. You spent your day flying here. You got here. You battled. You're tired. You're thinking about whether or not there's a crocodile in the sewer. What do you do next, adventurers?
First,
Time is
we
it?
smell bad. Yeah.
What time is it?
Well, it took you the day to fly here, and then you were in the sewers for roughly like 2 hours or so, if not more. So it's definitely like a solid night, solid like 8 o'clock.
We should probably find somewhere to sleep then.
Seems like a good plan.
Perhaps not in the
You
slums.
sleep right there.
Well, what are we going to do tomorrow before we do that? I'd like to decide.
Well, we still have to set up whatever we were gonna do with Tuffy, right?
Yeah.
What were we going to do with him again? Oh yeah, all of that. It would be good to have some contacts in this city other than this here children family, don't you think? So we could pursue that thing with the crow's foot messengers, or we could look for my family. Sylvester's been pretty worried about that.
We also need to get
Clock.
some tables.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't
We
know
should
about
do
the whole
that
tables.
first.
No, that's silly.
It's
Why did
silly.
Why did you promise him 100 tables? That's where the fuck. Where are we gonna get 100 tables?
We have the bag of holding. It should be easy.
People
Yeah,
will donate.
We
them.
need the
Find
tables
out.
before to put them in the bag of holding. We didn't. The bag of holding doesn't just spew out tables.
Mark my words. Tomorrow we'll have dozens of people trucking these tables through the streets for us.
Doubtful.
It'll be easy.
All right, your words are marked.
Marked them. Yeah.
It wasn't 100 tables.
Should we
it was
deal with
like-
this whole Tuffy thing, trying to get this like whole network and children thing going now, or do we sleep? What time is it? How late is it?
If we're going to speak to Tuffy, I imagine time's of the essence.
Yeah.
Well, I'll leave that to you, and I'm gonna try to sleep on a roof somewhere. I want to be high up.
Probably just want to stick with us.
Are you just climbing a building? Are you going to use your magical carpets to fly to the top of a building?
I'm not giving him
What's
use of a
going
magical
on?
carpet. On his own.
You're unable to obtain a magical carpet, unfortunately.
All right. We'll go talk to him. Where is he again? At the church? Or
No. We know where he should be at this time.
I will follow you every step.
Would it be more prudent for all of us to go into wherever this place is and talk to him all at once, or should we send in the people who know him?
Split up, split up.
I believe that will be a fairly emotionally charged matter for him, seeing as his the person who he called a Sate has passed.
I'm sure a lot of people were calling him Saints.
So, I believe it might be better to come in a little bit more less threatening.
Saying you don't want the large man in armor to walk in and start demanding things of him.
That might not be the best play.
All right, let's do it that way then.
Let us know.
Whoever gets results.
Yeah. You know, I really wonder whether all of Father's followers still feel the same about him after he's passed. So do make sure you get a good idea of that.
What was the plan?
Are you guys just flying there on your two carpets, sitting there and sending like a couple people in, or what?
Do we need to fly there? How far is it?
I figured we would walk.
It's slightly faster, or you can walk.
That's not to draw too much attention to ourselves in this type of place, I think.
Ah, he's learning.
How far is it to walk to the place I want to go? Do I know?
Not really, but you're probably gonna want some sunlight and some time to do so.
Hmm.
It was inconvenient enough to where it would have taken you more than a day to get there and then to the sewers, so.
I see. Well, can we just go sleep somewhere, Baracus? Quite a trying day.
Don't you not sleep?
Well, don't insult me. It's half sleep.
Let's get this done, then we can all go to the tavern or somewhere and we'll get a good night's sleep. That's not to separate in this place. Remember last time we tried to sleep in the slums?
No, what happened? Oh yeah.
Anyways,
Okay.
moving on.
Tired and stinky, you roll on out. by
I'm
means
gonna
of
don
your
one of
feet.
those cloaks I took and put it over my armor so as not to draw too much attention to my shining armor in these slums.
Okay.
I have my cloak again. Hooray.
You
Left the
set up a
corpse.
masterful disguise, Baracus.
It's not a very good disguise.
No one will ever notice you as you head over to
Clink, clink, clink.
the ruined house that Markarius and Edawan know, where you shift aside a mat, and below is a trapdoor. They instruct you to wait here because you're big and ugly, and head on
Yeah.
in.
Is there a roof to this building?
Mm-mm.
With the
Damn.
trapdoor now.
I'll just start sleeping on the floor then, or
It's
something.
just some
shall
like
we?
shitty looking ruins.
I could pull up the room that Tuffy's in, but I imagine it doesn't really matter unless you feel like killing him.
Always.
Did you say experience points?
Wait, I want to come down. What? I'm down.
So you head on down. It's like a good like 10 p.m. by now.
Sounds like an exploit. We already got experience for knocking him out. Let him
Farm,
live. Feed him
farming, the Tuffy farm.
again.
Resurrect him, kill him again. Experience. Where's our cleric?
Head on down, and I imagine you make no attempts to be quiet or anything.
I don't know. I
I'm gonna
mean,
guess.
if it's just me and Edawan going,
Yeah.
I mean, he knows who we are, and he knows we wiped the floor with him last time.
Yeah,
So, I think we'll be all good.
yeah. We'll head down.
All right. You roll up into his room. He sort of snorts to life as he was passed out on the bed as you walk over the gravel. His sun sort of shifts a little bit in his sleep. He wakes up and rubs his eyes and, oh, my favorite people. Did you meet Dad yet? A real saint, that guy.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Well, we already have one answer.
Yes, we did meet him.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Man, it'd be great if I could roleplay my way out of the paper bag tonight. Holy shit. He
Places you in a.
What?
Placed in a paper bag.
I said Tuffy places you in a paper bag.
Oh,
He is
I
trapped.
I cannot do this tonight.
Slap, slap, slap.
We fuck, how do you even do this? God. How do you tell this man you just killed his fearless leader? God damn.
Do you say that?
No,
Just
he's
turns to
talking.
me. How you tell this guy you just killed him?
To be fair, we did not kill him.
Correct, we did not.
Only one of us did.
Not me.
No, I'm just kidding. Don't
No,
worry.
he was
Mm.
Jesus.
Give him a
Alright.
long silence. He begins to become slightly more uncomfortable as he's like, something bad happen?
Yeah. We spoke with him for a while, and eventually things came to blows after we found out that he was being controlled by an evil curse. There's really no good way to put that.
Whew. How about we all sit down for a second here, and he like goes over to his chest and grabs a flask of something and sort of sits down at his table with some scattered coins and stuff on it. Pulls out a chair, plops down. Evil curse, what?
The nefarious staff he was using was some kind of cursed object that was influencing his actions, and eventually we were able to dispose of the staff, but after which the curse killed him.
Yes, it appears there was some sort of contingency on the item.
Well, I don't think you're lying. Do we know how we got the staff, or
It is difficult to say. He tried to tell us where he got the item from, which is when the contingency kicked in.
Yes, his heart failed during his final words.
all right? Well, I'm gonna be honest. I'm in charge of telling the kids what to do, and a couple of the local roguish types. So you just tell me what word you want spread, and I'll help out best I can.
Well, Dad did have a strong vision. He wanted to keep the children of this area safe, keep everyone well fed. And I would like it would be a shame for his dream to die simply because he was misfortunate enough to cross paths with some evil wizard type.
Yes. So our main concern is this. Our goal was to set up some sort of agreement with the children to give us information about what's happening in the slums and the outskirts of the city. Although our parley with Father did not turn out that way, unfortunately. Well, this is still our ultimate goal. But I also know that you have this benefactor that was or is pressuring you. You don't have any more information about who exactly that is, do you?
You know, funny you say that. A couple days after you guys left, I did manage to talk to the right people, and it turns out it's a guy that goes by the name oh geez, what was it? Bolts and Ham. What the hell was his name? He like ruffles through some stuff, goes back, finds
I
some
already know who it
papers.
is.
Oh, it's
Or,
Bolt Saros was his name.
never mind. I don't know who it is. Oh, that doesn't mean anything to me though. I've never heard that name before.
I am. You said this Baltzaro's character was pressuring you all to take a more proactive role in the war.
Yeah. Apparently, he was telling us to start arming the kids and stuff. When we last talked.
Right.
Oh
And
man, it's slimier than I thought.
In the message, he said that if you didn't, he would send his lieutenant or whatever. Is that correct?
Associate, I believe.
Yeah, some sort of assistant, associate.
All right.
I
Well,
think he's just a guy that kills guys, really.
we want the best for your organization, as I'm sure you do as well. And I personally would prefer if children stayed out of the conflict. So, I propose this. We help you get rid of whoever they're sending. You cut ties with this benefactor. We will start paying you in food or money or whatever you might need in return for supplying us with information about what's going on in the slums.
All right. I think I'd rather work with you guys than someone who's gonna send a guy to kill me if I. Although I don't know, maybe you guys would do the same thing.
We didn't kill you last time.
True.
Hey, that's only like half true.
Sure. Anyway, so Baltzaros is sending his assailants. I believe it was I believe you mentioned Barrett's name.
Ah, yes.
My, how people change.
I don't know, I guess he pays well.
I'm willing to guess that.
One more thing. We had also learned some more about the previous dad. I believe you'd said that he had stepped down.
Oh,
Is that correct?
you know, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. It doesn't really sound quite right anymore to me. The way I remember it now.
I understand.
No, now that I think of it, he wasn't too happy in going. He kind of got lugged away and dragged off by some guards.
Yes, we heard from someone in the organization that he was currently imprisoned under the castle in King Richard's personal dungeon.
That sounds about right. Not sure why I told you something else.
I think I know the reason.
We have some guesses.
Probably an effect of that staff.
Perhaps the curse was more far-reaching than we believed.
Either
Guys
way,
get rid of that, or is it just being evil somewhere? Or
The staff is no more. I saw to it personally that it was cleaved
yes,
into.
it has been destroyed.
that's good. Thanks, Eda One.
That really makes you think. Yes.
Really just got to rely on people like you, Eda. You can't trust the guard types or anything like that. It's us that really live in it that know how to make the right decisions when it really comes to it.
Just trying to do the best I can, Toffee.
So I suppose then, are you the de facto leader of the children at this point? Is that how this works?
Well, I'm sort of a different tier of the organization, but I highly doubt many people will listen to me other than those in my area and the kids. It's probably going to be a little chaotic unless we get some real
Yes.
leadership back in place.
Well, the original idea was to go get the previous father, but that sounds quite difficult.
How do you believe it best for us to proceed? Explain to me the structure of your organization, if I may be so bold.
Well, we got kids, you got people like me, and then you got people like you ran into that one night you told me about. Some of the thieves and whatnot are better than others, but they're all treated as equals. They all have votes and things. The kids run different operations, uh, but they're all just kids. You have your dad, um, and then people like me that are front men, basically.
So outside of the sort of the hierarchy of people who do hits and the front men disseminate orders to those sorts of people, in terms of leadership organization, it really is just dad.
Yeah, it's pretty much one big figurehead and then a bunch of highly independent members.
As an organization should be. Do you know of any particularly ambitious sorts who are looking to, always looking to advance themselves, who are looking to fill in dad's shoes?
Well, it's not unheard of amongst roguish types to be somewhat ambitious. You could try looking for one, but off the top of my head, no. Uh, maybe the most ambitious one I've seen in a while was our previous dad. Sec.
Oh, we get a name.
Continues to be a dead end.
Is our previous dad, Rickard Lowwalker, was
I'm sorry, what name was that?
Rickard Lowwalker. Is-
Rickard.
Low.
I thought. How long had he been working with the organization?
Oh, he came back after a small stint in prison. He was probably dad for maybe 2 or 3 years before we had this era. The current dad. Well, God rest his soul.
Very strange. Thank you. I hadn't heard that name in a while. Well, I'll be blunt. I'm looking to make sure that the organization stays in good health and continues to provide for children. If no one else is seeking, I will take up temporary leadership, people permitting, in order to help the group through its current times of strife, in an attempt to make sure that we stay stable during these trying times.
Well, best of luck to you. If that's what you want to do, I would recommend just trying to do things that that dad usually does. I don't really know how he kept in contact with, this whatever his name was, Olson Arrows or whatever, from Moo. But if you get in touch with that guy and start filling in people, they'll probably assume you're in charge. Feed the kids each day, stuff like that.
I'll see what can be done.
Or you can go crash into King Richard's castle and steal him out from underneath. Reinstate the old dad.
As tempting as that idea sounds, I believe we are currently not very well equipped for crashing into King Richard's castle, as it were.
All right. I bet a couple of our guys could do it, but I understand if you're Not feeling up to it.
No. Let's get things out here on working on the ground first, and then after that, if we want to try to make a bringing an attempt, we should do so, but not before we're well organized.
So, what would you like me to be telling the kids? Do I just keep following the old orders, keep arming them?
I don't think we should arm the kids to fight on the front lines. I think that's not good for their safety. I think it would be better if we use them. I won't say use them, but allow them to fill more of a support role, getting information on things, skirting the areas where the giants might have been heard of, trying to be sneaky and unseen about it. We can do that, and it's done well. I can take that information and turn it into food, supplies, anything that might help us out on the ground level.
All right, I'll spread that as the word around here, and I'll try to get some runners to start spreading it around the entire area of the city.
All right, I'll do my best to keep everything in order.
All right, good luck.
One last thing. If this Baltsaros did send his man, do you know when or where that might take place?
When? Probably at night. Where? Probably right here, and probably a dagger in my throat in a matter of seconds.
Okay, so he knows where you are.
Yes.
Okay. Because if we don't arm the children, I'm sure he'll be here soon.
I suppose we should try to prevent that.
That'd be pretty swell.
How can we get? I know how you can go. Okay. I'm gonna try to set up some kind of watch for you, so that we might be here for the next couple nights to see if things go smoothly. And I will see about getting a liaison with Baltsaros. Some of my companions have talked to this man before.
Really?
Well, that's convenient.
I don't like dealing with those types. They're pretty stuffy and have high opinions of themselves. But maybe we'll be able to work something out.
That's what money does to people.
Ain't that the truth?
Sweet. I appreciate the bodyguard. Usually, I just get hit or shot or whatever, and it's just part of the job. But hell yeah, you got my vote.
Well,
I'm
it's the
trying to
first one
keep
so
this
far.
thing running, and you seem like a nice guy.
You too.
Right. I'll be conferring with my compatriots, and then I'll try to figure something out. Thank you for your time, Tuffy.
I'm sure we'll be around or back here. We'll see.
All right. Don't forget to put the mat back over the door.
Always. Right. I guess we
Okay.
head out.
You head on out. Bop, 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 bop. Shut the trapdoor. Fam's there. Hello,
People are
fam.
coming out of the ground. Ah!
Plant people!
Well, we have a wealth of information.
That's good.
Did you read a book?
We found out who the mysterious benefactor who's pressuring them to arm children in the conflict. A little name you might remember, Sabio, Governor Baltsaros.
Oh yeah, he bribed us with lots of money. He seemed pretty nice though at the time. He liked my song. That was good.
Sounds like a fantastic individual.
He wanted us to go into the gnome city though. That was pretty mean of him.
Well, I imagine he's arming children to go into the gnome city.
Huh.
Yes. Whatever
What
his
if it-
reason, he wants the children armed for conflict, and I would rather avoid that. I would hope to help them get rid of their problem, replace this Governor Baltsaros with us instead, and we can get information from them. We were hoping to make this easy, and maybe
Wait.
this guy.
This benefactor is this governor. Didn't they say the governor was?
Correct.
Didn't they say the benefactor was from the other continent?
No, he said Moo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Moo is
Okay.
just what the whole like northern
Yeah.
part of this continent's called, or the
It
desert.
doesn't
We're
matter.
not really in Moo. We're in Sutherland.
I thought.
So,
Okay.
whatever came of Androcles saying he would handle something to do with that gnome city, you know? Didn't he say he was going to send someone as a messenger or talk to the king about it? I don't recall. What was it exactly?
He read over it and then he said he would handle the couriering of it to the
Of
king
the
for
message
you.
to the king.
Ah.
You all
Either way.
basically agreed that it sounded like a horrible idea, but he said he would at least relay it for you. And you haven't talked to Androcles. Well, you have.
So this
talked to him
message from
since,
this
but-
Baltsaros sent to. What did the message from Baltsaros say again?
He wants the children armed for more combat roles.
No, but the message
Uh,
that Baltsaros sent to the king
oh.
via
He wants
you guys.
He wants force to be used on Coggerheim to. I read it as just force them to help them, but maybe it might have been more of just like steal their golems. That might have actually been more of what it was. He wants
Yeah.
soldiers to attack Coggerheim because they won't help them, basically.
And then also, we're suspicious of the king rolling this dad character who was being told to arm children. So we're assuming that children were going to be armed to be to Coggerheim?
I don't know that.
That
But-
seems like a bit of a stretch. But
We should
boy.
definitely speak to the king, don't you think?
No.
Why not? Are you afraid of him or something? I mean, what if he was perfectly willing to release the old dad from the prisons if we just talked to him?
That would be quite helpful, but I fear going to the king, at least right off the bat, might be a bad idea. We may want to take it up with the captain first.
But I
I've,
think.
I have no intention of going to a king who mind controls wizards to control shadow organizations to kill children.
Yes, the whole thing is rather messy right now. But we may not have all the pieces to this puzzle.
Exactly. I have no way to know how the king would react to us knowing the information, what his actual intentions are. I would much rather go to someone we trust, someone like Androcles, fill him in on what we know and what we can do
I
about.
agree. The captain is a very sensible man.
Indeed.
Hmm.
And interestingly enough, I noticed that
What?
we caught the name of the previous dad, who was a gentleman named Ricard Lowwalker.
That means something?
Never heard of him.
He's a human thief. We used to. He showed me all I know, and we used to do hits together.
Hits.
Houses,
Oh.
food, money, whatever we can reasonably sneak out with. Last time I saw him, we were in a particularly wealthy establishment trying to get food. We got some food, we got some money, and he saw a jewelry container or something like that, some sort of highly ornate box, and he decided that he would. It was worth the risk of staying a little bit longer, even though we knew the owner was back on his way. I split before I could figure out what happened, and I never heard from him again. I thought him dead.
This would have been before this whole being dead for 20 years. That I still can't quite wrap my head around.
It was quite some time ago.
What?
I believe that. Oh dear, that would be about 30 years ago.
Fantastic.
25, 30 years. Somewhere
Wow.
about there.
Yeah.
So
In
you
response to
think that-
Markarius saying what, it's like, yes, Sabio told me this very fantastical story about all of those three dying and coming back to life somehow. Tell it to him sometime. It's a wonderful story.
I am very familiar with the dead walking.
I
Really?
think this is a little more complicated than that.
Yeah, where we were, everyone was walking, and we weren't dead. You know? Totally different. Undeath. But anyhow, you can talk to Androcles, but
So what's our current solution for just this whole spy ring we're trying to set up with?
So I've talked with Tuffy, and he is willing to sort of usher the children the way they asked. And
Is he going to be leading the children then?
no, they don't really have their leadership structure is completely unprepared in the event of the death of a dad.
Fantastic.
Yes, I was hoping he would be able to do it, but no, it appears we still are coming up short there.
So we are able to influence one facet of the organization through Tuffy, but other than that, the rest of it's up in the air.
The idea is that I will be attempting to stopgap for the dads until we figure out a more permanent solution. They don't
Sounds
all
like
vote
a-
for me, but if I put food on the table, they can't complain.
well, how
True.
far-reaching is this organization? Are there members of the children all over the city, or could we easily gather most of them?
It is a fairly wide-reaching organization. It's mostly concentrated in this area, obviously, because dad's down here. But at the end of the day, no matter where you go in the slums, there's going to be hungry children. Where you have hungry children, there's going to be people trying to look out for them.
Huh.
Or use them.
Well, sometimes the two are the same.
Well, if we're looking to provide food for them, there is plenty of food down there. Shouldn't we, I don't know, spread the word that everyone can head there and have a feast? Although it would be in poor taste, being right where he died, but I don't want it all to go to waste down there.
I was about to say we need to we should figure out something about, do we want to move people to Igor, or do we want to move Igor to people?
He said the first one would be better. He doesn't really want to go anywhere.
Apparently, we're also
Yeah.
supposed to get him tables.
Oh yeah, lots of those. But and a new oven, but they have plenty of food.
Oh yeah, you broke that.
Fantastic.
I forgot about that.
That can be taken care of. Until then, assumedly, when Baltsaros realizes that something is up and children are not being sent to their deaths, he will likely respond in the way that he has threatened,
Yes.
offering to send his associate, formerly known as Barrett the Bold, or I have suspicions rather, after after Tuffy. And unfortunately, if we lose Tuffy, we lose our main contact in the organization.
Yes, I've agreed, or at least I felt it was necessary to say we would give him aid in taking care of this. Hopefully, cut ties with this Boltsaros. But we don't know.
And this Baltsaros
when-
is a governor under the employ of the kingdom.
Correct. He was sent to the town of No Name Wharf in an attempt to clean up the skullduggery and piracy there. He has since more or less given up on that goal and buried himself in the world of war politics, from what I can tell.
Well, I find this all rather strange because Baltzar serves the king. Then, as a matter of fact, the children serve the king as well, which is not particularly good for us.
The whole thing is odd. Why would we be sent to find a way to monitor the slums if they were already under the king's control?
Exactly.
I think that's why we need to inform Androcles of all this information. Doubt he knows, or if he does, then I would very much like to know what's going on. But it's possible he has no idea that any of this is happening either.
I would be judicious about what you speak with him about. You know, never know who he may tell and how far up the corruption goes.
I trust the man, but
I do
Sure.
have a question. Were his orders to us from the king or from him? I don't recall.
Sounds like a question for the man himself.
I suppose so. Sylvester, how are you feeling about all this? Aren't we? Usually don't like to be playing right into their hands, the enemies. And brother was never one to sit around doing nothing.
Yeah. Nods. Gets the old ink and quill. We'll say he'll just go ahead and pull a little feather out of his own pile he's got there. Use it to write with. He begins scribbling, and it reads to you. Well, my senses are stronger the closer to the center of the city we are, and I have my suspicions that Brother and Bartholomew are likely in this same prison that they speak of beneath the castle.
Huh.
So speaking purely out of our own interests, as you know, you're the one reading this, obviously. We would be most interested in infiltrating this dungeon beneath the castle or whatever it is.
I am amazed you
So
thought of
at the
that.
end he'll write. Or were you looking for advice on this children matter? I'm sorry if that was too.
No, that's exactly what I meant, you genius. But anyhow. You know, everyone, I think the king is probably a lot stronger than we gave him credit for. If he can keep my family imprisoned. Which Sylvester thinks he is down there.
okay, that's
How are we
new.
supposed to find out about this prison? I mean, you can't very well ask Androcles. He'll be suspicious, won't he?
But if
Well,
anyone we could add, what's my relationship with
just-
Androcles like? Am I like, what's the deal
It's
about?
just
Like well,
just as a random aside, real quick. As far as this prison, which King Richard and sort of the paladins around there referred to as the End, it's just a high security prison, basically. You just you go there and you're just because you're a special prisoner. You're special, and you need special prison. But
Oh, yeah.
and there's like a lot of rumors about it that are sort of you just hear around town. A lot of like, if you just go to a bar or whatever, people might talk like, "Oh, I hear he keeps like this in his dungeon," or he keeps this in like just all kinds of
Started shit. Yeah.
fairy tales and stuff that you're like, why would anyone keep that in their basement? Like that is ridiculous. But anyway, to answer your question about your relationship with Androcles, basically like his pet project where he was going to groom you up to be a high ranking official or whatever. He's like, somewhat of a fatherly figure to you,
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It's like a mentor.
He's a mentor. Like I trust him. Like all that shit.
Yeah, you should. I mean,
Yeah.
Known him
I'm
like
not
your
telling
whole
you
life,
you
right?
have to.
Yeah, I've known him for
Yeah.
years, right? Ever since I like first joined the Eldritch Knight stuff or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I would say until given a good enough reason, you would trust him.
Yeah. And like in terms of how like if I've known him for a while, he kind of like it sounds weird to say. Is he a good person? Is he like,
Yeah.
evil, power
He's
hungry fucking general dude, or is he like, I fucking like this guy?
no, I mean he's a good person. He's like he can be a little dark and like a little like stoic and stuff like that. But never
Of course.
like it's like you go out and you do whatever you're told to do kind of guy. As so, whether or not that makes him good, um, is up for interpretation or whatever. But yeah, and I mean there have been times, specifically like in your first session with just Markarius, where it was kind of like he knew what he was supposed to do, and he still sort of hand waved things in the name of either you or his own moral
Yeah.
code.
Well, knowing that, I'd say if there's anyone I would trust within the chain of command, it would be Andrew. This information.
Well, personally, I would prefer you do the speaking to your people, and I'll do the speaking to my people, as it were.
Sounds good.
So, Edoan, what are you looking to do next with these children exactly? Because I was thinking of, well, the exact method is a surprise, but I was thinking of getting a bunch of people from the city to bring supplies to these sewers we were just at and to all convene. And maybe you could, I don't know, give a speech to them when they've been gathered. Something like that.
That's it's a lovely thought. Unfortunately, gatherings and speeches aren't necessarily how you can afford to operate if you're living below the law, as it were.
Huh.
The information will disseminate. It's already spreading its way now. It's the snatches of conversations and the rumors. I agree that getting resources for the group is probably the next step. I believe we need to. I was thinking that we talk to I guess the first order of business is making sure Tuffy isn't destroyed by Baltsaurus' emissary. And then after that, once we can ensure the safety of the man, we can renegotiate our sort of mission
Yes.
with Androcois.
I gave him no numbers when mentioning we would support the children. As for monetary or nutritional compensation,
Nutrition. Okay.
Well, how long would it take for us to fly back to Balsaurus's mansion, I wonder, or to be teleported there? You people have teleportation, right?
I know if teleportation could even go that far, or if we could even do that. It only teleports
course
within
it
the
can.
city. Yeah.
you can teleport
teleport.
anywhere.
We can teleport
As long
there
as
if
there's a
we
certain
need
To
to.
fly there, it is like pretty much on the money, like 1,000 miles. So,
days.
if any of you roughly know that or have a map, I can let you try to figure it out. Otherwise,
Only
you're just
the character obsessed with cartography.
Gee, I wonder.
okay. So,
Well, we were given the one, or we were shown the one map from Chandra that had the coast on it.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, but Orman was, and that might be a thing he might remember.
okay. So, when you pull out your map, Edawan?
I'll produce a booklet which has a lot of scrawlings towards the end of it.
Open up Revised Ranger and make sure there's no memes about this.
I mean, do I not know the fucking layout of the continent, like maps and whatnot? I'm sure I've fucking looked at maps before.
Yeah, but you probably don't know where a place named No Name Wharf is.
Probably true. I don't know. I could probably be like, No Name Wharf is there on the map. Okay, cool. Seen the general map before.
Doesn't seem like a place that would be marked on most maps.
Yeah.
But it's near Coggerheim, and you probably know where that is.
Yep.
Let's see.
I will make that clear to Baracus.
Yeah, we could,
Yeah, no.
if necessary, if required, we could probably teleport there. Getting back is a different story.
Getting back is difficult, but I have a I have a contact on the water who we can work with.
If you arrived on.
Indeed.
Oh
We,
yeah, they sure do.
Our good friend Relinchus was kind enough to sink the Leviathan, so I believe we have earned his trust for quite some time.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Low-key question out of character here. I actually don't remember if we ever got the reward for that.
No.
Or not.
What, for singing the pirates? No.
No.
Yeah, no.
We'd have to go back to Balsaros for that. Or you would.
What? He said the king would give it to us. So that's why I keep wanting to meet the king. I could swear he did. Or at least I got the strong impression that we would receive a reward when we got there to Dorinth.
Yeah, he said something along the lines of, I mean, yeah, he'll probably just, reward you because he'll just be so happy. But yeah. It wasn't like, you'll get there and he'll have like a bag next to him and he'll be like, oh, here's your reward. Like,
Yeah.
it was like, he'll totally reward you.
He'll reward you by drafting you into the army.
Ask me.
You can always just go back to Balsaros and reward you.
Yeah.
You have
Thank you.
proof.
So we do.
Yeah, a skull.
Yeah.
No.
I know.
Ah.
That's the proof.
There it is.
There's the proof. Proof's in the pudding.
Of your doom.
Okay, so
So we need to sleep.
first order of business. Okay.
To answer your question, you don't want to go ahead and give me a, give me like an intelligence.
Oh, is this the first roll of the session?
You can have advantage with your map.
Intelligence check.
Want some help?
Yeah, I don't think there's like history and stuff like that, but that doesn't make any sense. So
Oh,
there you go, natural 20. There you go. Okay. As you've been staring at your map for a while, you're like, I'm pretty sure it would take like 13 or 14 days. I'm pretty sure. On your carpets.
I don't know much about
Carpet's
the
fucking slow.
about magical means of transportation, but using the gauging how long it took our previous journey, I believe it would take us at least 2 weeks if we attempt to travel to Balsaros via carpet to actually get there. And by then, everything we will attempt to have been accomplished or changed is probably going to be null.
Which
Yeah,
is funny
teleporting's
because
faster.
it's about the same as
On the ship.
the ship because the
Yeah.
ship doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Whereas the carpet, you can't
You
continue
gotta
to fly.
sleep. Yeah.
So the carpet's way faster, but it just stops more often. So it's weird. Ends up being the same basically. Although the carpet ends up beating it by like a day or two or something like that. Or, something.
Yay, D&D logistics.
But there you go. I don't really remember the ship exactly, but 2 weeks sounds really similar to the ship.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
something like that. So we need to speak with the captain.
So I
we
need
need
to
to
inform the
somehow-
captain of what we know.
We need to somehow
'Cause this is
monitor
Incredibly
Tuffy.
complicated. Information. Very useful. But we also apparently need to guard this man.
Yes. In the letter sent from Bolsaros, he said he would send someone here
Yeah, this assistant.
to make sure
Probably is gonna
that they
assassinate.
arm the children, and he was convinced that if this man was sent here, he would come here. He knows where Tuffy is, and that's where he would go. So
We want to make sure Tuffy does.
That would be preferential. It would make. Or
And if you're going to be this facto leader, the new dad temporarily or whatever, isn't that like that require like time and effort on your part? You can't just go wandering off to Coggerham when you need to be here to organize things.
I would need to be here or have a liaison to do so. Yes.
So are you planning on staying here, or what's how are you going to work this out?
difficult to say. I didn't meet up with Baltsaris the last time because we were escorted into the palace with armed guards, and I do not enjoy palaces, arms, or guards, or being escorted. So I
Full
wished
list
for
of
no part of those negotiations previously.
You didn't meet the guy.
I saw him a few times from his window.
You didn't meet the guy.
Yeah, they just met like on the first floor, like a dining room.
So, are you planning on getting some of the children, roguish types or whatever, to stand guard for Tuffy here? People within the organization?
Well, Barrett is anything like what he used to be. I don't believe that any number of small orcish types will be enough. I had the pleasure of working with him a few times, long time ago, and I've heard rumors that he made a reputation of himself as someone who is not affiliated with any organization, sort of an independent contractor type deal.
A hitman.
I see that now.
So who are you planning on? Who do you think can guard fellow?
I don't think
Well-
we need guards. I think we need someone to inform us of when he gets here so that we can be here. I think we're the best bet at stopping him.
With any luck, hopefully I'll be able to. If we get very lucky, I might be able to exchange words with the man and prevent any blows at all.
Well,
As though it sounds.
how long do you think it'll take for word to reach Baltsaros and for him to send this man? Because perhaps we could speak to him before then, and he wouldn't even have to send this man, you know?
It's a dangerous race.
Yeah, if you're talking magical means, it could be instantly or as fast as a crow can fly. One of those two.
So the question is,
Just a runner, then, yeah.
can we get there before he sends any repercussions, and can we get back before those repercussions happen?
Can we get there? Possibly. Get back? No.
And I
Any
suppose-
return journeys are going to take a while unless we find some other means of transportation that we don't know of yet, which we can't exactly rely on.
I agree.
Either way, we need to consult the captain.
Yep. Trying to
Well,
figure
yeah.
out exactly what I'm going to be telling him.
But for now, we should probably just find somewhere to rest.
Right. Y'all crashing up here, or you going to church, or you fly over to an inn?
Oh, sorry, I muted myself for a sec.
Hello.
In response to that, I wanted to say maybe I could send a letter to Baltsaros by bird and hope that that's fast enough. I mean, I might as well tonight. What do you think?
I would prefer, personally at least, to consult with the captain before taking more actions. I don't know exactly how these relationships are all working between City and Baltsaros and the children. This is all becoming rather convoluted. He knows anything that could clear some stuff up.
All right.
We start
Right.
sending messages willy-nilly on what we think we know, that could cause a lot of harm.
Yes, there are a lot of reasons to speak to him. I'm not sure how we could continue our mission without doing so, honestly.
But
So
either
to
way,
speak-
we need. Did we set in motion? Did you two set in motion what would be going on for getting the children to bring in information? Will Tuffy be doing that?
We believe so.
Okay, so I can tell the captain that that will most likely be happening and inform him that that kind of deal can be made. Possibly. Deal's underway and they're delivering, so we can get start. I don't know if he's gonna want to send money or supplies to Tuffy right away or wait till information comes. We'll see, but hopefully that can go down. Tell him about this whole arming the children business that Baltsaros wanted to do, and how what Baltasaros's response will likely be to us changing that. How he feels about that, and not sure how to approach this whole dad being in prison or family being in prison, which is something that I wasn't expecting, and you're gonna have to explain for a sec. And this whole the king rolling dad thing.
It's a lot to take in, for sure. I believe the order of business. I believe in order. So first, get some rest.
Right.
Second, talk to our good friend Androcles, and third, keep Tuffy alive. Is this
Yes.
reasonable?
I think at the very least the rest is amenable. I'm very tired.
What's the 3.5?
Tables. Yeah, it's happening.
I can't wait for me to be talking to Androcles about like super serious shit, and then Sox is in. What about the tables? We need tables.
Flips a table in the room.
I've got this handled.
If you got tables handled, you got it handled, buddy. That's your deal.
So, where are y'all long resting?
I personally would be more comfortable with going to an inn slightly outside the slums, the place we went before, but if there's a place that we aren't going to get assassinated, that's just fine.
I love the one we went to before. Goodness. Bunch of antlers.
Yes, you're very good at
I'd
losing
rather-
money there.
Just fly the carpet to an inn or something instead of sleeping in some random barn would be nice.
Let's do that.
I will probably find someplace near here to take up my rest, so this way, if anything happens, I can be ready. But
Yeah, so you're in the immediate vicinity, if not in the actual ruins of where Tuffy lives.
yeah,
Somewhere. Okay.
So you're staying
Yeah.
behind to deal with dad shit and to watch over Tuffy?
I think that would be the best play as of now.
Or do you want to stay by alone? Or
Whatever is comfortable for the group.
I'm
Well,
obviously going to captain. Wherever people feel like they be most helpful.
how are you going to notice his assassin before he gets to you and get us to your side?
One had a really high passive perception.
Put quite simply, I don't believe his assailant would assail me.
You don't believe a bunch of roguish types can handle him, but you alone can. Are you sure you'll be alright?
We haven't spoken in a long time, but I believe he thought me more stupid in front.
I mean, to be fair, I can just as easily go and report to Androcles on my own, or one or two people, and the rest of you can stay here.
Whatever is most comfortable for the group.
Well, how about while you go around doing that, and while Idoan waits here, Wynn and I can ask around the town for information about this prison, or
Just
something like that.
Walking around asking about the king's prison is not the
Well,
greatest
I've heard
course of
people
action.
talking about it already. People talk about this kind of thing all the time. Just the other day, this
Yeah, and
guy
they
was
just
like,
they spout nonsense rumors that he keeps gigantic monsters. Like
7 dragons. I heard.
exactly, there aren't 7. I can just tell you that right now. There aren't 7 dragons. Like people are fucking insane. People will say whatever they feel like to get someone to listen to them at a bar.
DM writes down, put 7 dragons.
That's
good, that's good.
Chroma Conclave?
Make Make sure to make the red one a giant pushover.
I can assure you that the king and people who operate the prison don't simply just let information about it free flow. Anything you hear about it is as unreliable as that.
I need
Sword
to
act,
become a prison guard.
the lava lord.
Sword act the lava lord.
Alright, well, if that's gonna be a waste of time, then. when
Did
we
you
wrap
ask
up-
how to become a prison guard, Win?
Yeah.
We're not becoming a.
It's a good
You
way to
don't
get
know.
information.
I like it, Win.
Listen, you made a promise to try and get this whole food and table situation sorted out. Why don't you stay here and try to get that figured out while I go report to Androcles? I'll let him know about it as well, but
Good
Now-
idea. We're doing that.
Okay. So who's with Edawan? Is he just alone?
I'll stay.
Okay.
no, I thought everyone was staying. I just told Sabio and Win to stay. I just fucking.
I mean, the inn isn't that, I mean, the inn isn't that far.
Yeah.
No, it
It's
isn't. As long as you have
where
a
are the
carpet.
magic carpets? Where you
So,
sleeping?
yeah,
Just
I
so
mean,
I know.
we can go
how
to the
make
inn
some-
and then come back if you want to. But
I mean, you need to be able to fly a carpet. You need to be able to carry a carpet. And right now, 2 of us can fly carpets and 1 of us can carry carpets. So I'm leaving and I'm taking carpets with me. That's the problem.
Why don't we just walk to the nearest inn, and Edawan can wait here, and you can do whatever you want with the carpets. Keep them.
You're probably gonna want to fly if you want to get there by like midnight.
Uh,
Also,
Fly without a
I
carpet.
believe it's prudent to point out that I don't believe that Baltsaurus' assailant would come by so soon. After all, nothing has even changed yet. It's more as a vote of confidence for Tuffy to make him, help spread some belief that maybe, things are gonna be okay. I think that's what you call a morale move in the force. What's
Something
that's
along those
what I
lines.
call a beacon of hope. That's you.
If you say so, Sabio.
Link's Vokaru.
Aggressively links Valkyria.
Okay. So
I'm going back to the Locust and going back to the inn on a carpet.
all right, who's climbing aboard? Anyone?
Nobody, unless Laurentius wants to go. I guess.
see ya.
Well, wait, is this carpet too big to carry without the bag of holding?
It's carryable.
It's not safe to
Is
carry.
many poundages. Let's see. It's kind of like you can't like do anything if you're carrying it. You know what I mean? It's like it'd be like moving like furniture tier of like not fun to carry.
It's large.
Yeah. It's like what was it? A 10 by 9 or something? It's huge. It's the biggest one. One sec. Oh, I don't want the song Magic Carpet Ride. God damn it. It's big. It's very big.
Thank you. Hmm.
Yeah, it's a. Oh, okay. 6 by 9, 800 pound capacity. It doesn't weigh 800 pounds. It weighs. I think this one is like 30, so I'm gonna guess it's like 50 pounds or something. It's not fun.
Can we even all fit on one carpet?
No.
Arcarius, me.
No, it's
Sylvester.
it's 4 peeps. Max.
Yeah, we have one too many with Sylvester.
Squirt. Just abandon him.
Well, why doesn't Wind fly alongside us then? What form will you take
Vice
this time?
versa.
What? You can't rest here. Or can you?
At this point, I've already left. I don't know what's going on.
Waving a handkerchief after you. Bye bye.
You long rest in some fashion. While I have to pee because I drank that whole fucking green tea thing.
Luck.
Go ahead and heal and prep spells if you have to prep spells, and half your D and yeah. I'll be right
Wow.
back.
Yeah, are you coming with me back to the city, Seal, or are you staying here?
Well, I don't. I guess I'd rather go back to the city.
She's still here.
Unless they actually need me here.
She's just hanging out.
I don't exactly know what they were doing here, but I don't know. Like, it's up to everyone where they want to go right now. I'm going back to the city to report everything to the captain. Tom is staying here to, keep Tuffy happy, and to maybe try and figure some shit out with the organization. As far as everyone else, it's you guys can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, I guess I'll go back to the city.
I'm gonna
I
dip
was
for 2
like, I'll
seconds.
stay behind if we need another magic carpet, just in case we need a carpet to get anywhere. But if you're taking both of them, and we can't
I
really
mean,
carry them,
if you want to stay behind because of
Not
the carpet thing,
especially.
I will leave a carpet in your hands on the condition that it doesn't leave your hands, and no one else is allowed to drive it. That's my only condition.
I mean, if my choices are to go back to the city or sit in an inn with a carpet, I think I'd rather go back to the city. Then we can just do what we need to and maybe come back if necessary.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
So, what I have in my mind as what we're doing is me and Seal are going to the inn and then going to the city. We have both the carpets. Everyone else stayed behind. So, like, I don't know, keep Tom company.
Or
Okay.
something.
And maybe
I wanted to
Sabio
go to the-
Sabio's trying to meme around with tables and or maybe
Sabio-
go to a crow's feet. Go find a crow's foot. I don't know.
Well, did Sabio come with you and
I thought all of us except for Idawan were going to the inn.
You can still go to the inn and then come back.
Yeah,
here.
you'll just have to walk back in the morning.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not
you
very
can do that
close.
if you want.
Yeah,
mean-
that's what I want to do.
Okay.
I mean, Sylvester's probably pretty good at flying the carpet. He has Arcana proficiency, so
Wow.
Let it be known, I'm not entrusting random bird person with my carpet.
well, I'm just saying he would let you know,
Random.
like Squawk. Like, I mean, I used
That's
to
gotta
fly.
be racist.
I used to fly like Squawk, is what I'm saying. Squawk.
How many
Fuck.
bird people do you know?
One.
He's
What?
not just random guys you find on the streets. I swear.
That's why he's so fucking random. There's only one. Like, I didn't expect it. What? No.
Even I did not.
You don't trust Bird Person?
Always
Bird person's taking my experience. I don't trust him.
ripping
Yeah, my bad on that one.
Yeah,
Oh.
dude. What the fuck? You
Yeah,
you
you
saved
saved
him.
He was as good as dead, and then you just nat 20 medicine his ass.
Cauterized or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would have like sacrificed myself to save him, you know? I would rip out my heart and shove it into his chest.
He
So
better have a
that's fine.
sick cleaver scar now.
He's gonna get all the ladybirds with that one.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh no, not
Just a bunch
ladybirds.
of birds just flocking to him, squawking at him.
Ladybird.
That's how it went.
Oh,
Back in the good old days.
Okay, so just to clarify.
Everyone but Tom is going to the inn now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
I'm
me
not-
and Seal are going
Mar-
back.
Marcarius is hanging.
Marcarius.
Marcarius is hanging out with Udo one.
Okay.
It'll be
I don't
his
even-
eyes.
I don't
and
need a bed
ears.
anyway.
Yeah, you don't sleep.
He's just hanging from the roof upside down, or in a casket or something.
There's no roof.
Hanging from the not roof.
Yeah, he just
Define.
he pulls out a fucking coffin, just lies in it.
I need
Nothing
5 minutes to do
suspicious.
a thing because the RA is just hanging out in my room.
5
Go for it.
minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys just want to like early fam break?
Sure.
Let's just early break. We're gonna early break, Tom. We're gonna
All right,
early
we're
break.
early breaking. Awesome. Thank you.
Anyway.
Whoa.
You're welcome.
Early break.
Oh yeah, I chose that. By the way.
God, it's so hard to remember everything I need to fucking
Did not
tell the
hear
captain.
you win because someone like threw a headset.
I chose a paper drink.
You chose what?
Paper drink.
Oh, to
Paper.
fly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It has the highest fly speed.
Wait, she can't fit on a
Sarcastic.
carpet? Why can't she fit on a carpet?
I
I think she was just trying to be helpful.
Oh. We,
She turned in.
we have 2 carpets
she
right now.
turned-
We're good. Yeah.
Paper Drake.
Paper trick.
It's fine, if you need us-
She slid on over to the inn in Paper Drake mode.
If you need us to get there, he can just paper Drake us another teleportation scroll or whatever. Apparently.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not expensive or anything.
What are you trying to say?
I'm gonna say we have limited funds!
No, we don't. This dude pays us like $1 million for one mission.
Don't worry, I'm sure we're gonna get betrayed and fucking killed
I
and
have a
exiled from the
bag of
army at any
indescript
point.
gems that I stole off of Dad.
Oh yeah.
Who knows how much they're worth?
We never did anything with those, did we?
I have
You
them.
didn't
in
have
my
time
inventory.
to. Yeah.
We just
I was
got
just
them.
like,
Okay, I
I mean,
need to,
there's
like-
a bag just hanging on him if you want to take it. I mean, he's not using it.
I need to
wasn't
just
gonna take
I
it.
need to just like figure out in my head everything I need to tell the captain because like what the fuck is going on?
Yo, I don't.
What is
mean,
that?
play it
What
how
is-
you want, man?
Happening.
Just roll up to Androcles, just kill him instantly, just fight him, and then just roll up to King Richard and be like, hey, and just kill him, and he'll just be like, oh, I'm dead.
Loot the dungeon key off his corpse. Just walk into the dungeon. That's how it always works in video games.
Yeah, I'd love to be there, but I'll just keep Tom safe instead. I'm good at guarding stuff anyway. Man, if only I had spells, I could have used alarm here.
Could like get alarm back and then set up alarm, and then oh wait, yeah, you don't have spells at all. Never mind.
I don't.
Forgot about that.
I gotta look up what the. I think the range of alarm is like a mile or something like that.
Holy shit.
Let me see. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. A mental alarm alerts you with a ping in your mind if you are within 1 mile of the warded area. You pinged. Pinged on.
It better be the question mark ping noise.
So the distance that you know your alarm went off.
Yeah. I have to be within 1 mile of where it is to hear that something triggered it.
How big is the alarm? Does it say?
You have to
RFID.
choose a door, a window, or an area within range that is no larger than a 20-foot cube.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, in this case, well, I don't know what I would want to do. The easiest thing would be to alarm the trap door, but he'd already be inside, so. But with such an open area, alarming the front might not work. They could drop in from the ceiling. I don't even have alarm. I don't care.
We'll never know. Oh.
Yeah, so you can have it mind ping you, or you can actually just make it make a sound.
Depending on whether or not you want the person who trips it to get spooked. Sometimes it's better to spook the person tripping it, because then they'll just go away if they're a pussy.
Aldrich the Bold, gotta be a pussy.
Yeah? What are you up to, Boxman?
What I'm up to.
Dude, now you can chill on the chair.
Yeah, dude.
You can play D&D from there.
So
Yes.
this is what I do. I'm just gonna
You sound just as loud as if you were here, dude. You don't even have to.
well yeah, it's because I have my headset on.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. You
So.
know, it's like the same.
Nice CLG jersey, dude.
That's Cam's.
It's still nice.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't.
His is
I don't
his is
know.
afro,
I don't
right?
know why he has that side of it showing because you want to show the side with the name on it, right?
It's afro, right?
There you go.
Can't. What does it say?
It's Afro Man.
Yeah. Okay, we can't read it.
He's hard to read. He's far away.
I should hang mine up too. in this room. Like,
Is that the PE
like over
shirt?
Yeah,
It's the
dog.
Dragons Fizz Ed.
What?
Holy shit. Nothing.
Oh,
Not
okay.
you.
It's our high school physical education shirt.
Oh, what was
It's a great
my
shirt.
what was my high school's? Oh, I forget. Oh,
Ugh.
Nothing like taking off your shirt and pants next to a bunch of dudes every day. That
yeah, that was fun. That shit.
was really just the fucking meme of the century.
It might have been like the. Were we demons? I don't know.
Oh god.
That face when you're the demons.
I don't know. What's
You were probably the dungeons because we're the dragons. So
Wink.
is it? Can I Google it?
is that a bottom joke? What was the wink?
Secondary.
What was the wink, Tom? what, what was the?
Notice how my eyes didn't move.
I know.
Wink.
Wink.
Sorry, it's a meme with my boyfriend. It's stuck. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know why the Aria's just hanging out.
Chilling.
Yeah, just chilling with us. I mean, it's fine. She's cool. It's just she was like doing like room signups to like
Can I close this?
ascertain that we're still here, and she's just still here. It's fine. It's just like my session notes are very detailed today.
Oh yeah. Is there a lot of stuff?
No.
Yeah, we learned some stuff.
Talk to Tuffy. We break the news.
Yeah, I think we were like the blue demons or something,
Sounds less terrifying.
and just
You
demons.
say blue, it's like now
That
it's
sounds like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh no.
now you're just a high school sports team. When you're a blue demon, it's like that's safe.
Yeah.
I didn't even intend to meme on Baracus, by the way. It was completely unintentional.
No, assuming you told me that you were just like, yeah, I told him that I broke the staff to gain his confidence and whatnot. I would be.
I didn't mean that I broke the staff. I just saw that it was broken.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if you had done that, even if you were like, I'm the one who broke the staff, promote me to leader of the children, I'd be like, that's smart, good job. Like I don't give a shit about taking credit for that. Like you got shit done by saying that. Good fucking shit. I was just fucking like I thought it was funny, so I was just like motherfucker.
Took my glory.
Brock's don't care about that glory.
Dude, Baracus on the Blockus. Sorry the forced the early break, by the way. Today has been an absolute mess.
I don't really care when the break is.
I got back to my dorm room, and it smelled terrible, and there's a dead roach in the toilet.
What?
So,
Yeah, dorms are like just like ugh. Why do dorms like what even happens when you like leave dorms? They just like open the front door and like put like food there to rot, so like things come to the dorm and like infest it. Like I don't even understand.
I have no idea what goes on. So
Buildings just get real nasty real fast if you don't pay attention to them. Basically.
yeah, I just moved all my stuff in the day, and I had to sign up for classes, and I have to send an email to all my professors, like not Shai to do it. It's like,
Why
hey,
you had to sign up today?
What?
You had to sign up today?
No, I have to send them an email. It's like, hey, change my name on the roll, please.
Change your name?
Yeah. Because new name and all that. Woohoo!
New name? Can't call you Tom anymore?
You can do whatever you want. It's gonna be awkward if I have boobs out to here, though.
What's your new name, dude?
I think it would be the farthest thing from awkward. That would be great. Just great.
I did go with Sox's suggestion. I did steal Vivian.
Whoa!
when you name Tom's next character.
Wow.
Oh,
I love
right.
that, man.
Yeah,
I named
it was
my
kinda
favorite
thing.
Pokemon after Vivian. Wow. Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see how that goes. I also have to apply to grad schools in like the next 2 days. Let's find out when that is.
That's what I do too. Sometimes I just think of all the stuff I have to do, and I'm like, oh, I haven't done half of that. Let's look that up.
For VCU.
Still got 10 minutes, fam. Still got 10 whole minutes. Sky's the limit.
Can you write me a Sylvester Stallone fanfic in this? Whatever.
Sylvester Stallone fanfic.
Why the crap? What is all this?
I swear I'm not trying to be lazy with the lack of voices I do. It's just
No.
easier for me to.
Completely fine.
Please, that I would never do voices. If I ever play a dwarf, I might attempt the Scottish accent or whatever, but other than that, I don't think I'm ever gonna do a voice.
Poor dwarves.
They're not hard.
They're just always.
But you can't not have them be Scott. It's like it's so good.
It is good.
Your face is good.
Thank you.
In hell.
You can't see my face from over here. Don't lie.
Eagle eyes.
I can see the generalness of your face.
You see
yeah,
this?
whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, you win this one.
What about this?
No.
Wasted. We can't see it at all.
It out? I don't see it.
Did he do anything?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, what I like for doing voices, I've seen Japanese storytelling a lot lately where one guy plays a bunch of characters at once in one story, and he doesn't even change his voice at all. He's just
They
like,
just look different ways.
no, not just like looks this way, looks that way, but he's just like, pause. Oh, so that's how it is. Yeah, definitely. And you know, it's like, oh, really? Just like it's so easy to tell when one person stops talking and another starts just from like natural conversation, the way it sounds. So it's weird how people are always like, I need to do a voice in D&D.
See,
Alright,
with
well-
that, I can tell that a different person is talking when you pause, but then by the end of the conversation, I won't know who did which half of the conversation. And I'll be like, shit. Unless they're like, what they're saying is like
Obvious.
Like-
obviously assigned to one person and another, but
Yeah.
sometimes books do that too, where they're just like
Uh-huh.
quote, and
I
then you're just
hate
like,
that.
I forgot which one of you is telling which side of this argument.
Especially when they don't even like take turns in a book. It's like this person does 3 quotes in a row, that one does 2 quotes. Like what? Why did you separate them?
Yeah, pretty messed up.
Graduate. Oh boy.
Birdman would probably be really good at patty cake. What kind of hands do you picture Sylvester having? Like,
Got hands, dude.
does he have claws at the ends of his hands? Does he have crow feet?
I
Bird
guess
people?
I'm applying to social work.
Here, I'll let you know. Tell you what bird person counts.
Man,
Graduate programs.
in the pictures, they've got like normal hands except pointed ends or something, I think.
I think they have little pseudo claws, sort of. Little bit of claw action going on.
God damn it.
Bird person. Yeah, they have pretty long nails.
Well,
Same.
They have a thumb and 3 fingers.
nice. Totally subhuman.
What the fuck? Okay, in this picture, his right hand has 3 fingers and his left hand has 4 and a thumb. So like 4 and 5. I think. Fuck. I can't tell. But they have total bird feet, like complete bird feet.
Yeah. Thank
When-
God for that.
What the hell are graduate applications do for VCU? What the hell? Why is this so hard to
See
find?
bird person. Let's see here.
Nice
There he
bird
is.
person.
There he is. Bird person.
He's really birding. Oh, those are massive feet.
Yeah. Well, the perspective is weird. He's got like he's all angular. He's all angular.
Wow.
An anglerfish.
It's a nice couch.
Seems more like a chair than a couch. Can that really count?
It's a recliner.
Are we talking about
Fine
me
chair.
now?
Like you really sneak into it.
This is a recliner. This
It's like a localized couch.
I have no idea what that means.
It's like a small couch.
Single player couch,
Single. Not a co-op couch.
not a co-op couch.
It's not like the couch that
Every couch is a co-op couch because people have laps.
They call like two people couches like love couches or something.
love seats.
Love
Love.
seats, that's what it is.
I've got one of those. We used to make fun of that a lot. And they have those at the movie theater near my house too. So everyone's like,
Public love seats.
yeah.
Anyone want to share a love seat with me?
Yeah.
Got an open spot right here. Love seat.
It's like park benches, man.
Man.
Yeah, exactly. On a park bench, you sit beside someone on a park bench, you just have to fuck. Like, it's just how it works. What?
Feed pigeons.
I saw somebody once who had their body painted to look like a bench. And then they were just sitting naked
How
on
much
the
time
bench.
before the break is over?
3 minutes.
Did you see this on some kind of like fetish porn website or something, or like? What?
No, definitely not.
That sounds like something that some weird person would do. Like, I just love being sit on. Like, I just love pretending I'm furniture.
People sat next to her though. It was weird.
No one sat on her.
They pretended not to notice that she was there, and then
Just
they were
as
so
people do.
surprised.
They're like, okay, that's a little weird. I'm gonna not do that.
I love how good people are at like not reacting to ridiculous things in public. In all the videos, people just walk by the most ridiculous shit and they don't even bat an eye most of the time.
Thanks for picking up the slack on the roleplay there, Riley.
No problem.
I'm a mess.
Good luck being dad, dude.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, good luck with that.
That face when you're dad.
It's happening.
Part of me thought you were gonna be like, yeah, I'll totally be dead, and then use that as an excuse to just like, I don't know, if you really wanted to like make a new character or something. Just be like, this guy's just gonna be dead now, and just stay here.
This guy's just gonna be dead.
I saw that as a possible direction.
Rip
Possible
rogue.
The next character is a rogue.
No.
Another rogue. Fast
No.
hands.
He-
Fast hands.
No, dude, you could be a scout. The new
The new and improved.
Unearthed Arcana archetype.
Use your reaction to move away from people
Get off me.
and not provoke.
So people
No.
walk up to you and you're just like, please stop.
Yeah.
You're invading my personal space. You can sneak
Slide
attack
out.
twice at level 17.
On different targets.
Tom was like
Yeah,
excited
bathroom.
until you said what level that was, and he was like,
At level 17, you have to hit two different things. You can't do it on the same thing.
It's pretty fucking great.
Meanwhile, by that time, sorcerers are casting 3 spells a turn, and you're just like, it's like,
I know.
man,
inferior.
No, by the rules, oh, I guess sorcerers can because they're mean.
Ugh.
Where's Ira?
Metamugic.
Dead.
it wasn't me. I did hold up
Metamugic.
game. I did hold up game. That's my fault.
Everything's your fault.
You know, I'm okay with that today. Fucking lay it on me.
Everything's your fault. Everything's your fault.
Better than everything being my fault.
Dude, it's okay.
Remember that kid that
You're
you
only
killed?
saying out loud what I've been thinking the whole time.
Sabio, what the fuck?
That kid, what did he
Remember
say?
that kid that you killed?
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah, what about him?
That guy got blasted.
What about little Timmy who's good at tying his shoes?
Yeah, how dare you kill an innocent mind-controlled target? How dare you? Yeah. Who would do such a thing?
Yeah.
I
He would have
didn't.
hit Boxman if he was nearby.
Oh, definitely.
But it was only me.
Yeah, Markarius would have been feeling
it
the
was
thunder.
I would have got a little hurt.
Anyone but the person I went on a side quest with,
I got a little.
they
I
would
would
have
be a
been
little bit
blasted.
damaged.
Anyone?
Even
Okay.
me?
Even Win.
Wow.
Blast Win.
He doesn't know who the fuck is Win.
I've seen this. There's this chick. I saved her. We rescued her from like the Cyclops, and for
She's
some
just
reason
following us.
following us around.
Yeah, now she's just following us around.
That's what I got. It's like, why is this druid following? What's going on?
She's not following us. She's following Sabio.
True.
That's
Yeah, that is literally my character's understanding of Win is she can do anything she wants, and she's friends with Sabio.
Very dangerous.
Beware. Beware.
We must deal with it.
I feel like one of these days she's just gonna slap me with the side quest. Like, actually, this is what I was here for the whole time, and if you don't help me in the next like 5 minutes, I'm gonna kill everyone. And I expect that.
No way,
By the
fake.
way,
Yeah,
DM,
good luck with that.
I need you to remember that to me, strong evil smells bad.
Does it?
I have divine sense.
Alright, go
Oh.
sniff the king real quick.
Do you have to use it, or does it just always happen?
The
Cody already told
smells
us that
of-
he doesn't do
the
evil. He just
smell
does
of
Shades
evil
of Grey.
and the sounds of good are passive. And I can
That's
use an
what it
action to
says.
detect celestials, fiends, undeads within 60.
You can
Nice.
smell evil and hear good.
So
Oh yeah. Well, if
strong
I concentrate
evil-
for 1 minute, I can detect fiends and undead within 5 miles of me.
So, strong evil smells like a bad odor to me. And then, like, powerful good is like beautiful music ringing in my ears. Read Divine Sense. It's fucking bullshit.
It's a great meme.
Holy shit.
Nice meme. Largest
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Get a small smite. No harm.
No harm.
Small smite. Large
Get
just
a
meme.
large sneak attack. Biggest one.
So
Get a small
basically,
smite. Just a small smite. No
when
harm.
people say stuff who are good and they say good things, you can hear that, and then just the odor of bad people. You're just like, oh.
No. If someone is nice, they just have the a constant like opera music just around them at all times.
Alright. So, this is quoted from the SRD. The presence of strong evil registers on your senses like a noxious odor, and powerful good rings like heavenly music in your ears.
Yeah, it doesn't even say when people say good things. It's just powerful good registers.
You're just
as
talking to a
heavenly
good
music.
person. You're like, oh, I can't hear you.
You're so nice.
You're the best person ever, but I don't know what you're saying. Can you just
As an action,
can you go kick a
open your
puppy for a
awareness
second
to
so I can
detect
hear you?
such forces, and then you know about celestials,
Yeah.
fiends, and undeads within 60 feet of you that aren't being sneaky.
Okay. That's when you
So
use
there's
it.
a passive and an active version.
Yeah, the passive version is, man, that smells bad. The active version is, look at that thing.
like victory.
All right.
So now you know.
Oh hey, our druid is back.
Yeah. All right.
Ugh.
So
Oh.
wake up and you lose 2 gold for the inn, and you maybe eat at the inn or you don't. I don't know. Antlers, rustic theme. You know
Oh,
the
we're on
drill.
that one.
Yeah, I
going
mean, that's
on?
what I thought you were going to.
Can I waste more money?
The mother does. Respite.
Oh my goodness. Hmm.
Brand new day.
I'm gonna take the morning 5 minutes to like plant some herb thingies in my bag and just carry around these pots of dirt, basically. I was
Okay.
I already bought the pots and was carrying them, but now I'm gonna plant the alchemy stuff and water it. Whoa, it's happening. Anyway,
Is there any sunlight?
you know?
Savio is the sunlight of my life.
Maybe
sorry.
I should leave it here with him. I'm gonna ask him.
Okay.
Walk up to the guy.
Good morning.
Did you make good use?
He's kind of old, but whatever.
Yeah,
But
Imagine him being old.
he's very, very old. What did you do with all the gold, old guy? Yes, anyway. So, can I use your guidance a little bit? Do you remember these seeds you sold me? Well, could I leave them here and come pick them up at a later date? Maybe decorate the windows with them?
You know, for all that water you got us, I'll let you have a little plot.
Wow. My own personal garden. Thank you
Gives
so
you a 5x5 square.
much. Gee, great. I don't need pots anymore. I always hated being a pothead. So, I will plant them there then. Dump the dirt, dig some holes. That doesn't take long at all. Hooray.
Okay. How big are the things that you're growing?
Well, they were like, they grow into shrub things. You remember the tea rose that Ira linked? They're
That's
sort
what
of
you
like-
planted?
Yeah, the
Okay.
morning warning stuff.
Okay.
I
So
bought
you can.
7 seeds last time. So
Okay. So probably like one bush.
yeah. I don't know, man. 5x5. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Sure.
You want to just go all in and put all the seeds there, and whichever one lives, or you just one seed in it?
I'll put 2 seeds and have them fight to the death.
Okay. You plant 2 seeds, bada bing, bada boom. You got a little bit of land behind the mother dough. And there it is, it's in the ground.
There
Is
it
it time to
is.
plant growth it?
I want results.
There's no need to rush it when plants take their course. Maybe I'll let you talk to them next time we come here. But anyhow, so I imagine you two are like leaving Laurentius and Baracus to go do the thing now, talk to Anticles.
Yeah, see you, bye.
Bye bye. And Macarius isn't here, so it looks like it's just you and me, Win. So do you remember-
Sylvester
Okay.
wants a carpet. He lets you know via notepad.
How the hell are you gonna carry it?
Well, he doesn't really have much on his person. Can you carry one of these things? How heavy is it?
Big ass fucking carpet rolled up. It's like it's not easy to just carry around everywhere.
You can't carry that through the city. You'll fucking die.
You
What do
guys
you
plan on
want a
going back in the
carpet
slums? You're
for?
not carrying that around.
He just
Probably
says
are.
crows.
Oh yeah. Well, couldn't you give us the bag of holding temporarily then? You can trust me.
Sylvester
Lady
flexes.
Susan.
Strong bird man.
Is he really strong?
Mm-mm.
No.
He is like
Like
negative.
10. He might have negative. Let's see.
Same.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need to carry it around. We can just leave it where we go. No, we can't.
Those some tight rolls.
Oof. Oof.
Sylvester starts doing some push-ups. He gets to like 1, and he's like, "Oh Jesus!" And like,
Birds even do push-ups.
bird ups.
Institute.
It's my signature item.
I got it from my dad.
This is my identity.
Why do you
It's
why do
cool
you need the
idea.
carpet? Where are you trying to go? What's
Well, Sylvester clearly wants to go to the messaging tower. I assume it's a tower, of course. And I was hoping to go to Ormin's church at a certain point, since that has affiliations with the children, and maybe we could use that as a hub for something.
I'd
Other
talk to
than that-
Orban before doing anything like that.
Well, other than that, we're probably going to want to go back to Tableland, you know, at a certain point. It would be good to be able to outpace the hordes of people that we'll have right under our thumbs today.
I really want to make you make.
All
You don't
right.
want that.
All right, Sabio, hit him.
You don't.
Hit him.
Why would you want that?
Hit him.
I don't know
Is it
why.
going to be a nat 20?
Now it might work.
Or is it going to be a 1? Ah.
It's a-
No, it was bad.
Statistically non-average.
Statistically a 4. Yeah. You can see my avarice in my eyes. I'm clearly trying to steal something.
I don't know. I don't really. The bag of holding has some stuff in it. I was interested with these carpets. They're expensive as shit. Like I don't know about just starting if like handing them out. I don't know. Like it's not that I don't trust you, but
But I don't trust you.
like I mean I've seen how you spend money. Like
Alright, so when can we ride on your back or something? Can you turn into a really big dragon, like the size of the city, maybe?
I can't really carry people well, only short distances.
Wow. Can't turn
That is
into a
a
big
fucking-
dragon. Flame her.
Well, are there any means
That's
of
what I'm just
transportation
about.
around this city? I guess the technology doesn't exist yet, huh?
By a horse.
unless like Laurentius wants to go with you guys, I'd be okay handing that shit off to him. But like I mean I don't know about handing it off to like Sylvester and stuff. Like get a responsible eye on it, you know.
You need a parental guardian.
Yeah,
I think,
like-
is the answer. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to ride a donkey or something.
Man, NT hates being our chauffeur. Every time. He gives me these glaring eyes.
I think he also might hate that name.
I'm sorry. But it's his name.
I'm like not even listening to this conversation right now.
He wants you to call him NT Sama.
Oh,
Ah.
I'm doing that from now on. Watch out. Well, it seems we're at an impasse, but we can't be walking, can we?
How far away is this crow's foot thing?
That way.
He needs like a half a day slide over
Half a day walk?
flight.
Oh, rip.
Right?
Listen. How about wait? Is there anywhere? Do I know of anywhere they could teleport close to there? From the inner city? They couldn't fucking teleporter razzmatazz their way closer to it.
I mean, the spell teleport. If you know where you're going, you can just like. It's just a big spell, the big boy spell.
How fast is a horse compared to a flying carpet, just for the record?
They're like same-ish speed, but the horse can only like dash for an hour, whereas the carpet can just dash forever.
Huh. And I guess you can't really ride a horse through all of the streets.
Yeah.
All right,
the
see you,
horse
bye.
doesn't fly.
What? You're leaving us to our devices. You'll rue the day.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
You are abandoned.
Don't read any books, or you'll be.
That was a terrible persuasion roll. I expect better of you.
Baraka says to this to you in game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Flies on.
I regret my life.
I'm sorry, I don't trust you with the 50,000 gold fucking flying carpet, whatever the hell it is. After you give away everything I've ever seen you own,
Yeah.
Well,
nor the bag of holding. Even though that's not nearly as has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, because it's from your dad. But
No,
anyway.
I just like them.
So, can we talk the logistics here that are already in my head, mind you, of how to get a table into the sewers? Because there's a ladder, but how else? Are you just gonna throw it down the ladder or something? I mean, how do you even get under the ground? Gosh. Is there
Man,
a
I'm just
ramp?
gonna need you to figure that out for yourself, man. It's not my problem. The sewers have numerous entrances. They're not all just holes in the ground on the street.
Man, I need a ramp.
Some of them are toilets.
Some of them are outlets into the ocean.
Some people make tables out of boats.
What?
You ride a boat in there. That might be a way.
Huh?
There might be a way. Think about it. Sewer, water, boats.
Everyone might be inside.
I think Baracus died. I think you killed him.
Alright.
What really happened there?
Baracus and Laurentius fly off. The flying men fly off for a day's flight back to the Locust.
Great.
As Edoan and Markarius,
We're just chilling.
if he wakes up, he kind of sees you guys just kind of hanging out outside his house. He's like, "Oh, sweet, appreciate it, guys. Go make my rounds now. Did you need me for anything, or are you just chilling?"
Figured we would make sure nothing unscrupulous happened last night. We're gonna make some rounds of our own today.
Well, I really appreciate it. Appreciate not being dead. See you later, Dad.
Keep it that way. Oh, thanks.
My goodness.
Get used to it, Bucko. We're not getting that guy out of prison.
You don't know that.
You
I was
don't know
about to
that.
say, I just like turn the Macarius and like, I'm gonna have to get used to that, aren't I?
Seems likely.
So,
So
You
yes,
guys do
Sabio and
anything,
Win
or is it our
and
turn?
Markarius and Edowan, you can say whatever you want to do, and we'll just hop back and forth in an equitable fashion.
If we get the tables close enough to the sewers, would chef guy that I'm conveniently forgetting the name of,
Igor.
Igor.
would Igor be able to help us get him down? Because he was very interested in the tables.
well, why don't we walk toward the entrance that we know of? Look around for if there's like a field or a clearing, and maybe we can set up some kind of barbecue outside the entrance. So yeah, let's take the 2-hour walk back toward Sewerland and scour about looking for a suitable place to host a large number of people on the surface instead of underground, because I don't want them to be all smelly anymore.
Okay. You walk through the gates and head back into the slums, looking for a convenient location to host your anime fest or whatever you're gonna.
It's happening.
You begin walking for 2 hours. How about
Why
the,
are you laying on the bed?
how
like
about
that?
how about
Well,
Markarius and Edowan?
Oh,
I think they were just trying to troll Win as she was explaining her strategies.
All right. Well, I forgot to make an actual list of things I wanted to do because I'm not intelligent. So, yeah.
Where are you?
So I guess we need to wait on Baracus to get his information.
Okay, so you're mostly just hanging out, laying low.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like see about procuring some amount of food to take to the kids today.
Okay. Are you just going down there and going through their
I must learn how to be
stores,
deadly.
or you just yeah? Are you like just going down there and just gonna be like,
If you go there, you're probably gonna run into us, though you'll get there first.
Yeah, I guess I'll go check the food stores and see how everything is doing.
okay? Assuming Markarius doesn't protest, he's just gonna probably tag along.
Yeah.
You head on out.
I'll just
Two different parties destined for the same place.
What?
There
I
they
guess
go.
so.
Well, similar places.
how to do this whole dad thing.
Savio and Win, you begin scoping out the area. Some of the buildings are decently large. Don't know what's inside most of them.
We're looking for someplace well known, hopefully, like that people would know the name of around the city.
In the slums, though.
Well, yes.
Are you looking? Yeah. Well, basically the biggest buildings are just large housing buildings for like way too many families. With just a bunch of rooms and they're just all cramped.
And they're probably taken. Eh?
You just kick them all out or
No,
burn the building down.
we don't necessarily need a building. Just like any place well known enough that, like, well, if I spread the word that people should head there, people wouldn't be like, where the fuck is he talking about? Basically. Like,
Oh, okay. Um, best bet then would probably just gonna be like a church or something.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is there one near there?
The closest one that comes to your mind is the Burnished Hearth, but there are more. That
Mm.
that's definitely the one you like know where it is and people know what it is and
Alright, so are we there? Because I imagine I would be looking around for.
I mean, you can get there, but you're gonna walk right by Markarius and you don't want. You're both kind of.
Alright, sure.
So if you guys want to say hi, you can, or you could just ignore each other and look the other way and carry on your merry way.
Let us convene at a later juncture, and later is now. Hi. Anyway, so where are you headed?
I was going to go inspect the state of the food stores and the armory and see how the kids are doing because I guess that's kind of my life now.
So yeah,
That's
let's
my
make
life
that
now.
even more your life. Let's make that like 100% of your life.
I'd rather not, but okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So, but what is the church that you're always talking about like? Because I was thinking of heading there and, you know, setting up a space for people to be fed. You know, sending them into the sewers only really works if they have an affiliation with the children and with you, Dad. But really, shouldn't we feed everyone?
I believe if you're inquiring as to using the Church of the Burnished Hearth as a gathering space, you should probably talk to Lady Nora about that.
Lady Nora. Is she nice?
The nicest woman I know.
She's a saint.
Got
She
it.
is the same.
I'll make sure I tell her you said that. But
You shouldn't.
can you bring food there for us then?
Sure.
I mean, let's just assume that all the talks will go well, and that will be.
That seems like a poor plan.
What? Have I ever let you down in the history of all time? Except for that one time with the terrible song where everyone laughed and cried and. But anyway, yeah, just how are you going to transport food to the church exactly? Carry
I have an idea.
armfuls? Okay. I will leave it to you then. You can leave talking to the nicest lady ever to me. I'm really good at that.
Oh boy.
I'm sure
Sylvester
things will
feeling
go well.
slightly more comfortable with you all, waves before departing. You know, gives you a little, hey fam.
Hey fam.
Who? What?
Birdman.
Sylvester.
Who's Sylvester?
He's departing with us, though, right? He's not
Yes.
going off on his own.
No,
He's gone.
He leaves Savio and Win. Enough of their shit.
All right.
No, he's.
Well, that's nice. I've been meaning to go to this church for a while. You know that, Win? Pretty nice sounding. I'll go for that.
Right, well, Markarius and Nidawan beat you to their destination. So what are you guys up to? See this?
Let's check the status of the organization. How is everyone?
Everyone's dead.
So you slide in, and I guess you just go to Foodland, or you just go into the cafeteria, or
We'll check the cafeteria. We'll go down that branch.
okay. You head down. You see there's still there's only two guards on the main bridge over the waterway. You approach. They recognize you. It's the same guys that you bonked out
I
for.
asked them if they're feeling better.
You know, make a show of rubbing whatever parts of them are sore, whether it be their temple or, you know, whatever caused them to be incapacitated before. Like, yeah, we're fine. How are you?
I'm seeing about getting the food stores correct. My crazy idealistic friend wants to try to move the food operation above ground. I'm not as optimistic as he is, but I will put the groundwork there. I will put the framework forward, so if he is lucky and does succeed, we can work that out better.
Well, he might have a point. There's no guards in this area anymore, so just serving stolen food and stuff above ground in the slums would probably work.
Yeah.
But should the war end, it might not work.
My key focus is on the short term.
Alrighty. So you're going to check that out now?
I'm gonna check the stores, see how they're going. We need a way to move large degrees of food anywhere quickly, no matter where we end up working. So I'm going to, after I figure out what's going on and make sure that none of you guys have randomly passed out or something, I was going to go see about the method for quickly moving things.
Oh, you're taking our food.
Well, correction. I am seeing how food can be moved in
Oh.
both senses.
All right, good luck with that.
I guess I'll check the stores. What's going on? How's Armory guy doing? Does he still not vote for me?
Do you want to check on Armory Guy? You check on Armory Guy real quick, and the first thing he does say to you, he looks up, kind of, you know, from like a half sleep. Didn't vote for you. First words out of his mouth.
Oh,
At ease, soldier. Just walk the other way.
Just you kind of hear him like say whatever or something like that as you walk away.
But there was a vote. He just elected not to at the vote.
Okay. Is Igor there?
There's a door that's shut, and it tells you not to disturb him for any reason. The sound of meat chopping.
Oh, he's working. I'm leaving. How is the cafeteria looking? Who is in there?
You check it out. It doesn't appear to be occupied by much of anyone. I forget, did you do anything with Dad's body or anything? Or did you leave it there, or how did that go?
I was not in charge of that, so you did. I imagine that somebody did, probably Igor.
I did something. After I took my cloak back.
Oh, you put them in the middle of the room and closed their eyes.
And I put flowers
And
over
then the
them.
rats took care of the rest.
You you check it out. It's pretty undisturbed. I mean, you got 1 day of decomposition, and that's about it. There's a kid and a dad hanging out in the middle of the cafeteria. They've haven't had breakfast, lunch, or dinner
They've
served
seen
yet.
better days.
But is there still a food forest?
I think that goes away. I believe it's gone.
Let's see.
Does it?
Find out.
But yeah, it's
It says long-term benefits.
yeah, but the in combat thing lasts for. I think the in combat thing is like a round. So, yeah, I mean, haven't been. It seems they haven't been coming in here. They haven't been permitted to come in here or anything. It's just sort of not happening right now.
It actually doesn't say for the plant growth thing the instant effect. It doesn't.
I'm gonna say it
never
goes
ends.
away. I think it would be
Gosh
around.
darn it!
If you hold the concentration for 8 hours, it lasts for a year.
Yeah, that's like the out of combat yeah.
I mean,
And the other
The-
one.
The in combat one is probably 10 things or whatever.
okay.
Minute.
10
I
rounds.
will turn them.
Yeah, 10 rounds. 10 rounds.
You're like, we should probably do something with that body eventually.
Just to
I don't know about the customs of this place.
What are the customs of this place?
What do you do with bodies?
I mean, they would probably just
Eat them.
bury the body. Feed them? Feed the bodies?
Eat them.
Oh, eat them.
I said eat them.
Igor can turn him into a chicken.
Exactly.
Waste not, want not, you know.
You can unceremoniously throw it into the sewer and let
Just
it
throw it down
drift
the
away.
waterfall.
That's a terrible idea.
Can go bury him somewhere.
Can't take him out of here or people will actually kill me.
Put the
Alright.
hat of disguise on him.
You at least know that you at least know that the kids are being turned away from this because they know not to let kids into this room currently. But there doesn't seem to be anyone taking any initiative or giving any orders.
Okay. I will, I'll add that to my list of things to deal with.
Deal with things.
Okay. I guess I'll return to the surface, knowing everything that's up. And I will head towards the inner city.
Okay.
I don't know how I'm going to need to go through the sewers, aren't I?
You want?
I'll get to the inner sewers somehow.
Get to the inner city through the gates or the sewers?
Probably the sewers, because that's how I usually go.
Okay. You begin heading that way with Marcarius in tow, while Sabio and Wynn take me to church.
Take me to church. That song sucks.
Hey.
Super anti-religious. I'm a religious bird. But anyway. Oh my. So let's sit in the pews and pray for a bit. No. Is there anyone around? Like, is there a sermon being given right now, or nobody doing anything in the church? Obviously, we enter through the front door. Sure.
Yeah, you walk on in. It's pretty early. It looks like they're like getting ready to maybe start something. But you might have a bit before everyone's situated and whatnot. See an old lady at the front, behind her. Ho diem her, whatever.
Podium, huh? What a politician.
Yeah, whatever.
So,
The altar.
you think that's her win?
We could ask.
Let's go then. And we will walk non-intimidatingly. We're not. We're not.
Yeah, it's a
trying to
it's a friendly atmosphere. You know, people are just, how you doing, neighbor? Oh, God bless you. Hestia bless you.
This is
Giving their church greetings in the morning, being
Praise
really nice.
praise be.
You walk up to the old lady.
Hello. Will you be holding a mass soon?
Roll
Or
initiative.
anything like that?
Roll initiative. Roll initiative. She sort of steps out from behind and kind of comes down to your level, and she's like, "Oh yes, we're about to start. Are you joining us today?"
Well, we've never been here before, and we had a couple of things we wanted to discuss with you, but it can wait until after, if you'd like. We'll join you.
Okay. Well, enjoy.
Can
I
we
will
have
make
front row
sure to
seats?
be my guest.
So it goes.
All right. Sabio and Win go to church.
You ever been to church before, Win?
Yes.
What kind?
I don't know, but there was music being played.
So you don't worship any gods? That's
Nope.
a total waste. Today's the day to start. This can be your first one. And we pray.
All right. How about you both both of you just give me a religion for your experience today. Let's just see how are you feeling today? This is okay.
Oh,
So
come on.
Win's actually kind of feeling it. You're a little bit moved, Sabio, but you find most of it pretty dry. Win sees some pretty great wisdom in some of the words being spoken, and especially loves a little bit of the piano played. It's just a piano; it's not like an organ or anything nice.
Gosh darn it.
But it's
Really good
Markarius
roll.
playing the piano. No, it's
It's a good roll.
Wow.
yeah. Let
Yeah,
that
never
let that
mind.
summarize your religious experience as the sermon comes to a close, and she gives her, take Hestia into your life, final words, and the old peer pressure to make you come up and repent and all that crap that church does. And then afterwards, she does come down and, so, what can I do you for? And gives you a little grin.
Two things before I forget to ask about them, out of character. First of all, I'm upset that you just reminded me through the piano that we never picked up the bagpipes. What the hell?
Bagpipes.
Why am I not playing bagpipes in church right now? But it never happened. Anyway, though. Also, does this church have like confession booths on the sides, the super shady ones?
No, she has an office though.
Okay. Well, how
So yeah,
about
which you would notice. There's a room off to the side. I mean, you might not know what it's for, but there's a room off to the side.
Yeah, sure. So here's what you can do us for. Let's talk privately for a moment, shall we?
Sure. Come with me to my office.
Hey, hey.
Come with to the office. We're in an office. She sits.
Hello. So, I suppose my acquaintance, best friend, truly the light of my life, didn't tell you his name or anything, but there was the halfling around here recently. He's my friend. He always wears this. He has these dreamy gray eyes. Yeah, you know the one yet? That
She nods.
guy.
I know the one.
Well, he's told me a lot about your establishment and how you have been feeding those unable to feed themselves, and I've seen the good work that Hestia can do through his hands. He's been curing diseases and all of these wonderful things, truly.
She smiles and nods.
So I was wondering if we could work together to continue the good work of Hestia and perhaps Well, you see, we just happened upon this massive store of food yesterday, and it seems like it's going to waste, so I was hoping we could distribute it to the public here. Or rather, establish an alliance of sorts to continually do so.
Well, that sounds wonderful. How do I sign up?
Well, there's no signing up. I'm not the leader of a group or anything. It's just we are now friends. My name is Sabio Farakofa. What is your name?
Call me Nora.
And I will. So, do you have much room for people? Because when I say feeding everyone, I really do mean everyone. Not just like
Oh,
50 people, maybe like hundreds.
we might need a little expanding.
So, let's go for a walk around the church. Take a look at the exterior.
Okay. You walk around the church. It's a little rundown. It has. Get a picture. This is what. Let's see if I can find a. What I imagine it looking like. It's sort of wanna. It's sort of got this going on. Where are we? Here you go.
We know your dreams.
It's sort of like this going on. There's not like a spooky graveyard though. But yeah, there's. It's sort of like it has like actual room around it. It's a a stone building like this. Um, not it's not going to hold hundreds of people. So you walk around and she sort of talks with you about the hundreds of people thing, and she's like, "Well, if you wanted to clear out some land around here, maybe expand the church itself, or we could have a big picnic, something like
That's
that."
what I was thinking. A picnic, something like that. So we could just clear out the grass here, and I could tell the whole city to bring their own tables and in exchange for food. You know, I'm sure a bunch of families just have a table lying around that they could bring here, and that would be enough.
Hmm. All right. I
So,
like it.
are you thinking tomorrow would be good enough, or should I just start spreading the word now for them to come as soon as possible? I want.
Well, first we'll have to do all the clearing away of fallen buildings and debris and junk.
Yeah.
Clear that away and then start spreading the word of, bring your own table. And we'll make it a real thing, hopefully within a week.
I think my compatriot Win and I here would be able to clean out all of this within a day. Just watch us. But
Oh,
even beyond that, I would have you know my method of alerting everyone would be to write the message in the sky. So, how does that sound to you? You think anything would go wrong with that? And, you know, nobody would be upset with me writing in the sky, right? That's totally fine.
she just kind of leans into you a little bit and she's like, well, where exactly are you getting this food?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge kind of thing. Well, it's from the children, of course, but it's nothing like Tuffy's arrangement that I've heard about with you, where they give the food in exchange for something else. You know, we just want to give it away. And there's been a change of leadership with the children, so we're working with that.
Well, I like the new leadership so far. Um, well, I suppose I can't discriminate against who wants to show up if you write it in the sky, but that's up to you.
Well, what do you mean? I should hope that no one in your church would discriminate against anyone. And I'm
I
sure,
just don't want any unsavory types to show up, but
well,
I'm sure they'll set that aside if they're provided a friendly meal.
We'll provide countermeasures to that. Don't you worry. We'll be here to oversee the whole thing the first time, and then we'll set up people to keep your people safe.
All right. Well, I'm ready to host. I'm afraid I can't be of much help with the clearing. Well, I'm one old lady, and most of my help are kids. So I guess I'll leave it to you, but you are welcome to the grounds.
Oh, before you go, can you take a look at her and make sure she's perfectly healthy? Nothing we can do to make her feel better.
Sure.
Are you using a
Alright.
spell, or are you going to use your eyeballs?
I'm gonna use my eyeballs to make sure. 'Cause I don't
Okay.
really have a spell that could just like check.
Can't you cure diseases or something? I thought you mentioned that.
I can cure diseases, but I need to see what it is first.
Alright. Good luck with that. And I'll just start blasting things out of the way with water.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and
First,
yeah, go ahead and appraise her physical well-being. Give me a medicine.
Just gonna get a
Medicine
drink.
doctor.
Gonna drink real quick.
All right.
She's so good at everything.
All right, Dr. Wynn. Yeah. She's pretty old, but seems good enough. Might have a couple bones that have seen better days, but I mean,
yeah, she looks healthy enough.
she kind of just
Speaking
looks
of
at you
that-
two and just yeah. Thanks.
Keep up the good health.
Two.
And one thing that you can do for us, Nora, other than this whole food situation, if anyone ever comes to your church sick or in need of healing, you can send them our way. Alright?
Alrighty. Get back to the congregation. Still have a bunch of regulars hanging about. Say hi to everyone.
Oh, and one more thing times two. There's nothing in your church that goes against what we're doing, or is there any, like, commandment that I should be sure not to disobey? Any
Just
tenets?
you just provide a safe place to rest your head and in this case eat. So long as you treat the guests respectfully. Um, we have certain commandments if you were interested. Uh, if you're ever a guest somewhere, by no means to attack them or mistreat your guests. You always respect their house.
Huh.
And by the same token, when you have guests, you do your best to provide for them charitably and with all the love in your heart.
That sounds perfectly fine to me. So, off you go then. Leave us to our work, and we'll do the same.
All right, you continue blasting the shit out of random stuff with water. Uh,
Water cannon.
it's as you clear things away around the area, breaking apart old, fallen apart buildings, and also making the surrounding area considerably wetter.
And clean. Like prestidigitation. No dirt allowed.
You and Win get to it. How you helping out, Win? What are you doing to really? What kind of construction work you doing here?
Acid spray.
Can I be helping out with? Like, can I check if any of the other people around need, like, have random conditions that they want taken care of?
I mean, if you want,
Yeah,
I just,
sure. I'll see if there's any other diseases going on.
you go hunting diseased people while Sabio is
I mean,
spraying.
at the church.
The
Oh, at the
one-man
church.
brigade.
Okay. Um, Okay, you just start. So you're just gonna go through all the people at the church and just like see if they're sick?
Yeah, I was like, I guess start asking like if anyone like needs help.
Just gonna walk in and announce that? Is that the game plan?
I'm gonna start off with the Nora that I just talked to and just like see if she'll help me find people in the church.
All right. You tell her you're trying to, cure some people up, and she's like, "Well, everyone who could make it is okay enough. They could make it here, but informs you of, a pretty old lady whose mom is sick, so she must be about 1,000,000 years old. And if you want, you can go with her and go cure her, like
Sure.
90-year-old mommy. Okay.
I'm assuming it's pretty close if they had to walk there.
Yeah. You walk on back, and if you got the means, man, hit me with the spell.
Which one will?
Oop.
Okay. Clear away another giant's rot from the world as lesser restoration her creature can either be disease or yeah. You clear away the old lady. The also old lady, her daughter, thanks you. Hestia be with you and all that. She doesn't really have much to give you, but
That's fine. I
a
won't take
smile and yeah.
So how am I doing? I, I feel like this is not a one-person job, but I'm doing it anyway.
You feel like you're not really gonna meet your deadline of one day with your fire hose over there. As far as clearing away everything, I mean, it's really wet, and you kind of like you broke some stuff a little bit, but
I mean, I could also like use that wave thing in one of my forms, but it might break some stuff because it's kind of strong.
but it's
Alright.
considerably less filthy.
So there's like a ton of stuff that needs to be picked up and moved.
Yeah, I mean, just it's like broken foundations and stuff around the church, as well as a lot of the garbage, basically, that you've mostly blasted away.
Well, if I feel like I'm not gonna finish it in a day on my own,
Not
I'll
necessarily in the way either. You can just put tables in old buildings.
yeah. But feeling discouraged all alone, I'll look around for people walking by and try to give them the victory speech of how they could easily help the good people of this land just by getting rid of this garbage with me for a small amount of time, and how
Alright,
it will
man.
be so worth it for them.
Okay. All right. Just persuasion, unless it's a performance. Like unless you
Well,
were doing
I
something
want
that.
to play the beacon of hope at them and make them feel like it's so possible to make this place amazing.
All right,
So
dude,
a
hit him.
performance makes sense.
Yeah.
Boom.
All
Wow.
right. You just start playing a little ditty. Toblerone. Start playing a little ditty. They just feel hopeful, and your words are just hitting them right, man. As you get a large number of
Hand him the
helpful
table.
hands.
Man, Valkyrie Link. It's happening. But anyway, so it's already as good as done. I'm
As you
happy with it.
press on through the day with now your bonus helpers, you feel like you're on track. It'll be cleared away and ready for some serious table action by tomorrow. Meanwhile, in the Batcave, uh, let's go to Baracus and Laurentius. The Locus Magicorum. You
Oh,
slide
shit.
on in. Slide on in, and you die. You slide on in.
You were instantly assassinated.
You're at
King
the
knows.
At the clerical lady, there's a bunch of teleport circles to the various sections of the locus.
I'm going to the captain to inform him as to everything that's happened. I don't know if you'd like to come along or you have your own business to take care of.
I have no business whatsoever.
All right, let's go.
All right.
I'll go up to the lady and ask where Androcles is.
All right, evocation, baby. Bam. You go over to the circle, bada bing, bada boom. Whoop. 100% success on these teleports, circle to circle. No harm.
No
You,
harm.
you go up to Androcles. He's just behind his desk sorting through some papers and things. He notices you as you approach. He looks up and says, "Oh, how is everything?"
Complicated.
Perfect.
Yes, just as we like it. So, well, I suppose to start off, I'll explain. This is to do with the mission of trying to get information from the perimeter and such. Our intention was to do that. You gave us. You told us to do it by our means, so we were going to use information and contacts we had within a certain group called the Children, as I'm sure you know of them, to try and make some sort of agreement to use their eyes and ears to keep a look around the perimeter, and I'll just inform him of our intentions originally, and we're going in to try to make a deal with them to accomplish this mission. However, when we showed up, things went south as the Children weren't too kind in response. They tried to.
Yeah, they're like thieves and stuff, right?
Yes, they're an association of thieves and whatnot, but we had certain information and means that seemed like it was a possibility, so I figured we would give it a shot. But the man we sent in to make the negotiations was met almost immediately with, I would go on hostility, but they tried to mind control him via magic, whatnot, which I did not expect them to have at their disposal.
I think I see where this is going. Go on.
So, negotiations were short, and it ended in a short scuffle. And during which we discovered that the leader of the organization was being controlled via a magical item, which I broke during the fight. He thanked me upon his release and seemed to be very thankful that he was released from such a thing. And before he could tell us much, he tried to tell us who had placed this control upon him and why and who was making him do whatever he was doing in terms of this organization.
It killed him, huh? Didn't it?
And it killed him. Yes. The spooky part of that, however, is when he was trying to tell us, he tried to mouth the words of who he thought was responsible for what had been done. And it seemed like he was trying to mouth the words of our dear king. The name of our dear king.
Sort of just looks at you hard for a moment.
So my concern was that I had unwittingly come upon an operation of the military of the king that I was not aware of, and the goals of this operation I was unaware of as well. It seemed to us, based on the information we had gotten, that this organization was out to arm children to fight in the war, which doesn't seem like an effective strategy to me at all, but either way, that is what we came across. To be perfectly honest, I'm not quite sure who was controlling this man. That is simply what we think he was trying to say in his last moment.
Yes, as far as we're concerned, this was a compromised man. Can't really trust everything he was saying.
That's what I thought too. Either way, we continued with the mission, with this leader position within this organization being Void. One of our members is one of the members of our group, as I'm sure you're aware, the short fellow, took up taking up current leadership with the group, with the organization. I'm not sure how long or how effective such a role will be for him, but he's attempting to do as best he can and is trying to go for the group. And we are trying to put the children that were previously trying to be armed in more of a style of role that, according to our mission, trying to use them as eyes and ears. And the compromise we were originally trying to make with this group was that we would help keep the group on its feet, provide them with a certain amount, whatever amounts of food and possibly money, I don't know, whatever they needed to keep what we needed them to do afloat. And they would in turn get us information about what was going on throughout the city. And we would get that information through the members of the group and mainly children who are generally cares about. So
You would say that your task force is in charge of this now? We have access to these eyes and ears?
currently we have one contact within this organization, goes by the name of Tuffy, who is in charge, seems to be in charge of telling the kids essentially what to do, taking care of them, giving them their orders. And he seems to be very cooperative with our current setup. However, the rest of the organization, I honestly can't tell for sure. I have no guarantees on that. But Tuffy, this does seem to be willing to make such a deal with us and our current sort of leader setup with the organization. The other thing we were considering was that we would. It seems that the previous leader of this organization was forcibly removed from work, and we were going to seek him out so as to gain his trust, bring him back his mantle, and then, as such, cooperate with him to share resources and use his information. But it turns out that everyone is saying that this man is currently a prisoner of whatever the prison's name,
Mhm.
which proves to be a problem, which is why we have this void of leadership right now.
Okay. Well,
But currently, this Tuffy man is willing to do what we've asked him to, and mentions have been made of us supplying them with resources in return. However, numbers were not discussed. And the other part of this that is all rather confusing is that they seem to have a benefactor that was giving this leader of this organization orders, and that was seemed to be their supplier. And this benefactor happens to be the man that wrote that letter that we brought you the other day. This is Governor Boltsaros.
yes, and I do have a reply to that. We'll get to that later. Well, it seems Baltsaros and myself had similar ideas, but different approaches to handling the matter.
I mean, Boltsaros wanted to arm children to fight, which can't say
But
that.
and I, as you have done, would prefer to
To use
use
them
their
for
network.
information. Use their
Yes.
existing network to gain information as opposed to try to mobilize them in some way.
Unfortunately, I was not informed of such decisions. This must be a private enterprise of Baltsaros's, or we're not always informed of everything, are we? But
yes. Some of the companions that arrived from ship did seem to think that Baltsaros had started doing things his own way in No Name Wharf, wherever he's situated. They seemed to think he was originally sent there to do something, and I've never heard of this man myself, and that he almost kind of gave up on his original mission and started doing things different. I'm not quite sure what this man's motives are.
Could be a number of things.
And this Baltsaros had also originally wanted the original group of people that were there, being the other three that arrived on ship, before they came here, he wanted them to try to get the gnomish city to try to parlay with them and make them cooperate with something. And upon that not happening, that's when he sent the letter.
Well, at least trying to get the gnomes cooperation is something that the military is definitely interested in.
For sure.
Again, perhaps his methods are not the most practical.
Or the most savory.
But as far as these accusations of King Richard, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as you'll be concerned for your own safety, I never heard you say that, and you never heard.
And I never heard what was read on his lips. Figured
exactly. Which
figured this would be a rather interesting subject that can't really make odds or ends of at this moment.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes we're not told everything, and sometimes when we catch a glimpse, we think it
Exactly. Can't jump to
pure
conclusions.
evil or something, and then we just don't have the whole picture sometimes. It's not our jobs to question these kind of decisions. We have a war to fight, people to defend.
Sometimes you have to make ugly decisions to get things done.
I'm glad you understand. But on a bit of an awkward note, I suppose, after your task force being exposed to such slander, I do have a reply from the king, and he has indeed requested your presence to discuss this letter from Baltsaros. Says that he has a different solution to the problem.
Okay.
So,
when and where
at
are we
your
supposed
earliest
to?
convenient, at your earliest convenience, you're to go meet with the king.
Very well.
Oh,
But good job on your mission. It sounds like it is a work in progress, and
I wouldn't call it a complete success yet, but we're definitely getting somewhere.
I suppose I'll hold off on your pay for now, if that's okay. For half of your salary went into those carpets for the year, so I could do about 2,500 right now if you really wanted, or after your next task, I could give you 5.
What's my money looking like right now?
But let me know and I'll get that taken care of. And also let me know once we have a more concrete plan on these children working with us and how we can provide for them. It sounds like at least your group is knows what they want to do, but I need some sort of confirmation that their organization is also on board.
Yes, as far as I know right now, their organization isn't much of an organization until they get some sort of proper leadership back in store. I don't know what the matter is with this man in prison, but I no doubt that he'll be very useful to us right now.
Yes, perhaps that's something you can bring up with King Richard during your conversation. Maybe he's willing to pardon the man if he's cooperative.
Possible. Very well.
Well, like I said, Baracus, just stay on mission. And, let things that dying old men say distract you too much.
Try not to.
Thank you, and good job.
Thank you. I will leave.
You head on out.
I wonder how the Ormond squad is doing. You said you were heading into the city.
You. Oh yes, indeedy.
No.
So you just just walking through the sewers.
Random encounter.
And nope, you're good. You you slide on you slide on through, and you manage not to get oozed upon or fantasy crocodiled on or anything like that.
Nice, no crocs.
You come out past the wall, just because you just don't like going through the gate because of the guards, which is understandable. Yeah. Were you were going to this side just in general? You just wanted to keep going this way, or were you looking for something on the outskirts, or?
I am looking for looking to hit two places. First is a magic goods store that I have stopped by in the past. Used to fence some things to there.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, you could, instead of leaving the sewers, you can actually hit up the black market instead, going too deep, and shop around there if that might have, I don't know. What are you looking for exactly?
You know what I'm looking for.
Well, yeah, I know, but all right. You
I don't know.
hit up the black market looking for some particular bag of sorts. Um, you ruffle through crates of stolen goods and things and ask the shopkeep once you get there. And this is basically like a flotsam market, like
Yeah.
things tied together, like floating on the sewers, and like a lot of his product is like on the water. Some of it sort of shoved against the walls. Sort of a very long shop, I guess. Most of it floating. You shop around, and he swears that he has one, and he looks around, and it's like, this what you're looking for? He holds you up a bag of holding, and it's like, these are pretty hard to come by. They usually steal them from students at that fancy school once they go home for summer breaks and such.
Wow.
Uh, let's see. Market price for these is about 200, including labor and difficulty of obtaining it. I'm gonna have to mark you up a good bit. I'm gonna have to start at 400.
You know, for 400 gold, I could just go steal two myself.
Go ahead and hit him with the persuader on.
I just trying to give some business back to someone who helped me back when I was a wee lad.
Ooh boy. You're still a wee lad to him.
He doesn't budge. He's like, sorry, it's far away into the posh where those students live. A lot of work.
That's fine. I know a couple places above ground I can go find them.
Very well. Head on out, and like I said, you don't get oozed upon.
Oh, the hard ass.
Head on out, and you get as far as you can on your feet before nightfall. You're looking for a magic goods store. You're gonna have to get deeper than the boonies, the country.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I love that you're doing this.
What, getting a second bag of holding?
I love it because that was actually one of the things I was going to do in the inner city.
Oh.
Good. I hope we both do the same thing.
After
Yeah.
after Sabio asked for the thing, and I was like, "How would you carry the other carpet if we separated?" I was like, "Maybe we should get more than one of these things."
And I was like,
And I had that in my mind, and then you were doing this, and I'm just like, oh shit, maybe we'll end up with more than 2.
fine.
Everyone just get their own.
Yeah, exactly. There you
Everyone
go.
gets a personal
Bags
bag of
of-
holding.
It's only 200 gold. Come on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it basically reaches night for everyone, I believe, as Sabio and Wynn clear stuff out. Baracus and Laurentius basically takes their day to get there.
Chill.
Sleep. You want a Marcarius just hoofing it.
Yeah.
What am I
Well,
even
find a
doing?
place to sleep.
Find a place to sleep. You would be safe enough sleeping outside if you feel like it, or you can find a little cozy spot.
The choice is not abandoned.
Fork up the gold.
You'd be safer sleeping out here or in a more established establishment. At Megarius.
Would I feel safer? The other
I
question?
don't know. Which one would your character care more to?
I don't need a house to sleep. I don't even sleep really.
Oh, well, there you have it. We find some place that is safe.
All right, you go hang out with some sheep or something.
I basically just meditate, so I'm just like sitting up at all times.
All right.
When let's find a tree. I'll keep you safe. It's fine. I am a very light sleeper.
Brand new day. You carry on, Sabio and Wynn having cleared things out. You watch Sister Nora lets you know in the morning that she'll be giving her announcement. Unless, of course, you're going to do the Skyride thing. That she'll be informing the congregation that bring your own table, spread the word.
Tables.
How long of a walk is it from Igorland? Could I go inform him first? Or
I mean, you can go tell him. Take you a couple hours.
So, when can I leave you and Sylvester here after I put the message up and let you handle the early arrivers
Okay.
while I go bring the chef, as it were?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so I was thinking we'll put them into rows like this. That way, it should be enough to fit like 100 tables, maybe. I don't know. Something like that. But definitely help anyone who's trying to carry them. You know, don't just stand there.
You're not bringing Sylvester?
Man, he almost got murdered by this guy. I still see the axe mark or whatever, the cleaver mark. I don't want to dig up old wounds.
Treated him like some kind of poultry.
Wow.
Rude.
He kind of scribbles. He kind of just scribbles, but floating disc. But my floating disc.
Oh yeah, that is a wise idea, isn't it? So if Ormain isn't able to think of anything, we can just carry the food like that. So wait a sec. If you summon it and then I put ice around it as a wall, will all of the food be able to stack up on top of it without falling off? You think, Sylvester? What? I can't hear you. I can't hear anyone.
Am I alive?
Oh, there we
Am
go.
I good? Okay. He informs you it has a weight limit.
Yeah, like 500 pounds or something, right? It's a lot. Well, we'll start walking there.
Yeah, it's 500. But it's only 3 feet in diameter, so it's good. A little precarious.
Stack it up. That's why I want to put a wall of, like a cylinder-shaped wall around it of ice. At least 5 feet up. But that'll happen when we get there if we need to do that. Eh? For now, I guess you'll be alone then, Win. Are you going to be alright? Maybe you should tell the people of the church to roam the streets nearby and, you know, help out any old ladies breaking their backs. carrying a table.
All right.
you-
Yeah, I should be fine on my own.
You said you were skywriting.
Yeah, sure. I will link the Skywrite song. Goodness gracious. Boom. And the words I will use are that. I can only use up to 10 words, so boom. How about in the clouds,
Table.
Boom.
zap it into the sky.
It doesn't take long before people actually start showing up, but most of them not with tables. They just saw food and like they're just showing up and like looking around, sort of loitering.
This song sounds familiar.
Um, you presumably head off as
Yeah.
people start going to the morning service, and some of them are just kind of hanging out, waiting for what this whole food business is going to be.
Do any of them bring tables?
Maybe it's still the morning. But so far, no one just saw that and immediately like lifted a table and like ran out of their house. But perhaps soon. Um, anyways, Baracus and Laurentius, are you guys like staying at the Locust? Are you flying back somewhere, or?
Well,
We have to talk to the king or something, don't we?
Yeah, he wants all of us. Unfortunately.
did the captain say he wanted all of us?
He requested
Well-
the task force's
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah. First thing, I did actually, funnily enough, I did actually want to get another bag of holding.
Okay.
Do it.
So I wanted to
could
go.
buy one.
Yeah. Well, my original intention was I wanted to get another bag of holding, and I wanted Laurentius to be the one to have it, and then I was going to put one of the carpets in that one.
All right. Yeah, they a lot of students own one. The enchanting students in their freshman year of classes, they make one. So you
Okay.
know this.
Up to you,
wanna go
Laurentius.
head up.
You can either buy it and it can be yours, or I can buy it and then I'll give it to you for use, but it'll be mine.
Doesn't really matter to me. I have the money for it.
Go for it then. I don't need 2 bags of holding.
All right. Go in search of a what are you looking for? A freshman? What do you want? Someone about to graduate? What's the game plan here? You're just gonna
Who would be the easiest to convince to sell it to me for cheap?
So, well, he seeks out a bag of holding. Make time efficient. I will let him do that, and I wanted to go by. I'll go buy 2 more shitty healing potions. 1 more. I don't care. 50 gold each,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
Okay. That's just potion of healing. That's just what they're called.
Yes. Called Potion of Healing.
Maybe they're called that if you're an amateur.
All right, Laurentius, what's it gonna be?
I'll just go try to look for a local shop that might sell it. I'm sure they are way overstocked on the things, and I might be able to get a good deal on it.
Okay.
Instead of
You,
trying to talk to some random guy.
You don't get far out of the inner sanctum's walls before you are visiting an old shop that basically known for stocking up on used textbooks and discarded items of the students and such. You go inside inquiring for a
Fucking Amazon.
bag of holding. And he's
You want
like,
textbooks?
just like, yeah, I got tons of the thing. Hey man, I'll tell you what, I'll give it to you for 150.
All right, sounds good to me.
All right.
All right, thank
Good
God.
doing business with me.
It's just that easy.
I keep losing things inside of them, so if there's something in one of these, I apologize for the random textbook or whatever.
Oh, I get to bro for random loot.
Sure. Roll a d100.
Oh, baby.
Jesus.
Holy Avenger!
I'll
He
think
finds
about your bag of
bagpipes.
holding as you reach inside and
Bagpipes.
feel something.
Deck of many
Uh,
things?
Back of mini.
Pretty good.
What happened with that deck of many things in Critical Role? I know that it was there, but I was like playing Overwatch.
Grog got an item.
Well, well, apparently Matt actually used the wrong card. He heard him wrong.
Oh.
The card he actually drew was not good.
Oh, whoops.
But he was like, "Oh, whatever, I heard him wrong." So he got a sword.
I'll say
Huh.
you
But they still have it.
you reach inside and you
Like a second bag of holding.
you know you notice that there seems to be a discarded wand of some sort from a former student who must have further in their studies had to craft a wand, and I'll get to you later on what its word is and what it actually does, since I have to think about it. But but you do find you like reach in there and I mean, well, when do you want to look in it? I mean, do you want the shopkeep to know, or are you gonna like leave and then?
I'll leave and then look.
Okay, yeah. So you don't have to even bluff anything. You just leave and you're like, oh, cool. And
Free stuff.
So yeah, you get a free wand from the freaking used textbook store. Used school supplies. So Baracus and Laurentius, are you guys flying back towards the fam, or are you just
Man, probably should have.
because they gotta walk like a lot, like a really long time to walk.
I mean, I have nothing else that I really feel like doing in particular. I can also buy some healing.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I bought 2. I'll tell you that I went up to buy 2, but if you want to buy more, that's a.
How much are these things? I'll probably just get 1 for emergencies.
50 for the weak one.
Yeah, I'll just get 1 of those. Which is what, just healing potion?
Yep.
Potion of healing.
I have one.
Good old 2d4 plus
So these
2.
magic carpets, they're not like on loan to us. Those are like ours now.
Yeah.
Like those are my magic or our group's magic carpets, I guess. Did they come out of my salary or the whole group's
basically-
salary?
I mean, yeah, as far as I can tell, you basically just took some of the money he was going to give us and just bought carpets for us instead.
Yeah. So what happened was he had
Which is
a
fine.
yearly allowance for you guys, and then
Yeah.
he just took half of that for the whole year and bought some carpets.
I mean, I'm down. Carpets are dank.
With a Q.
So he cut your pay in half basically, so he could give you carpets.
I'm going to inform Laurentius as what seems to be the fact that he is one of the more responsible ones of the group, and also one of the ones capable of, having a carpet and flying it. I'm gonna entrust that carpet to him. With and I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna hint to it with don't let Sabio take this from you. Or Sylvester, I guess, because he's the one who would want to fly it. He was eyeing that carpet, man. I don't know.
He eyes everything.
Yeah. So, these things are fucking expensive, and I think you are probably one of the only people in the group who could appreciate that. I think other people aren't so great with the responsibility of wealth. So, yeah. Trust that one to you for now. I guess just carpet in your bag. I guess I can take out a carpet.
In the carpet. Does it have a fancy name?
Is it Seabiscuit? There you go.
There you
Name the carpet. We'll name the carpets after we name our group. How about that?
go.
Oh yeah, you do need to do that.
We don't need to do that.
We need to do that.
Don't need.
Who wanted you to do that? Aesop?
Yeah.
It was Aesop.
Probably.
Of course, it was a.
Funny.
I suggested it. And I still
Hopefully you
haven't.
run into him again soon. So.
And Seal was there for that whole conversation with Andrew Clayton.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he's right next to you.
But
Just hanging out.
The silent.
Bingo.
Bingo. Yeah, I guess we'll do that and then fly the carpets back the same direction we came.
Okay.
You'll never find us.
Yeah.
Fly the carpets through the sewers.
flying low, flying high?
I mean,
How's it going?
wait, before we leave, actually, because we have an audience of the king and I want to get people together, how much do I know how much it would cost to get someone to like scry on people for me?
Scrying.
Or if I could just get people
It's
Idea.
okay. So
Nice light bulb, dude.
Yeah.
scrying is 1,000 gold.
Oh.
Shit on idiot.
But just depending on what's going on. I remember God, what is her name? We've gotten a free one before.
It's like Mirror of Far Eyes or
A
something.
freebie.
Sophia Far Eyes. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how long you're gonna get free scries.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go back and assume I'll be find people near either Tuffy's location or the church, so I'm just gonna fly back.
All right, I'll let you guys try to perception to spot these two.
Aren't they underground or something?
No,
Not anymore.
not anymore.
Oh.
They just slipped by the gate.
Oh, I
So
don't.
let-
I haven't even gotten my dice out yet. That's how amazing this
I
session
need,
is.
I need Baracus and Laurentius to.
Sometimes you just don't need dice, okay? Okay, buddy. Be careful.
Whew.
Oh, I don't
Okay.
think
I
you
need you to roll your dice. Be careful.
Okay.
Oof. Oof.
It's a fine. How do you do?
Oh, I do have a plus perception. That's a 7.
Just that way.
All right. You don't see them, but luckily Marcarius does see you as you
You see
fly over them. And there's like have some time to react if you want to try to do something.
Fucking shoot an
Flag
arrow
them
at me.
down or whatever.
It'll just tink off the armor. It's fine. I'll get his attention. Why don't I just give me the gloves of missile snaring and that'll be our means of communication.
Right through the throat. Hello.
Yeah, how are my fucking attunement shots? Oh yeah, I have a ring of misting.
I don't think I really have anything to do. And I don't really yell, so.
If you're noticeable enough, perhaps there's 7 perceptions. If you can be really noticeable.
I'm not good at that.
Do I see the carpet?
What's your passive?
Oh, not stupid right now. It's 14.
Yeah.
Not
You have I mean, and the thing is, Marcarius notices before you and just tells you anyway,
Yeah, when
probably.
they come into view.
So it would take you a lot longer, but it kind of doesn't matter because Marcarius is just like, hey, here they come. The flying men, there they are.
I believe our friends are returning.
Well, I guess we should make this interesting. I'll pull out my bow and shoot near
He's
them.
gonna do it.
Shoot at what now?
Who are you shooting at? I'm guessing
Wait,
Baracus.
wait. Who's driving?
You both have a carpet.
Are we both taking separate carpets right now, or are we just
Dual
fucking?
I assume they were
carpets.
carpooling.
I assumed you were. If you don't
Yeah,
want to be.
that's what I assumed.
Okay, we're
You think gas?
yeah, no, we're destroying the environment right now. We aren't carpooling.
Okay.
I'll
So you
just throw an arrow near Barax's direction then.
Okay.
Roll to not hit.
Yeah, you just shoot at him and go ahead and just based on your shot, that'll be how close it is.
Ooh.
Okay. That's pretty good. You are flying along, Baracus, and even though you're not paying any attention, you're like in a half trance trying to fly this damn thing as you're like meditating and you're like magic carpeting so hard right now. And then when you're like an arrow just you're like, was that a bird or what the and
Oh, fuck that. I'm gonna look down and see where that
Like a
came from
bird.
in my half trance.
you look down and you scope out the ground as you make another perception check.
I think you know this. You know this Laurentius.
The people are
That one's a 16.
You know
Okay.
this mini Laurentius.
You see a
Oh, is
see a
that what you look like
halfling
right now?
with his short bow, notching another arrow.
Do I recognize this as Orman, or just it's a halfling with a short bow?
I mean, I'm next to him.
There's also
I'm
Markarius,
assuming you
who's
know what I
little
look
bit
like.
more noticeable, a little less nondescript.
Laurentius, I
We
think
now-
our friends are trying to get our attention. Down below, to the right.
Oh,
You
well then.
you lower in 180 and head back towards them as you
I
kind of
just-
fly past for a second and then sort
I
of.
just kind of turn to Macarius. I didn't think that worked.
An interesting strategy.
I wish I came up with it myself, he says.
As I land and like dismount the carpet, first thing I'm gonna say is we're going to need to find another way to hail us if we ever need to do that again. I'm not sure this means of communication is viable or.
I don't know where the arrow came from, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
I rolled
All I
it.
saw was you notching a short bow. Short bow. I only assumed that you were notching your short bow because you were getting prepared in case we saw where that arrow could come from. You were
Yes.
threat.
In-
Your safety.
Yeah.
Your safety is my
He didn't
concern.
shoot that arrow.
I believe him.
Yeah.
He will lie to us.
Yeah.
We'll work on that. I don't do magic.
It would be.
You
good.
know more about magic than I do.
Yeah, there's magical items that can, serve as those kind of purposes. We have those right now. can look into
I was
that.
trying. I think Sabio was doing something very silly involving the church and getting a lot of people a lot of food, which he thinks we have and we don't have. And,
Oh. Well, or hopefully I don't know. Might have to cut that short because just so happens the good old king wants to have an audience with us.
I'll deal with that when I deal with that. I'm looking. Listen.
It's at our earliest convenience, so we don't need to go right now. But I'd prefer to go sooner rather than later.
Well, it's certainly not convenient.
As for talking with Androcles, he very much had the same opinion that I had about the information that we learned. Bad, that we can't necessarily rely on the dying man, and it's best if we pretend we did not hear that.
Sure.
As for the mission, he's pleased with what we've done so far, and yes, upon further recognized as completion. So we should be trying to complete that and find a more kind of just like a reliable way to ensure him that the progressing and that we actually have, the cooperation of. And he also mentioned that it's possible that we talk to the king about during our audience about the situation that the former dad is in. It can be, we could cooperate with him and he cooperates with us. Then it's possible we can pardon him. Such things. And that once we actually talk to the king.
Well, to be 100% honest with you, the last time I spoke with an aristocrat, I was threatening his life. So you will be doing most of the talking.
Figured as much.
In any case, I believe even though his methods are bombastic, I believe that Sabio's we'll be generous. We'll say plan. Sabio's plan is a good way to sort of boost our image within the organization itself and maybe help solidify me as a new leader.
If you can spin it that way, that sounds great. But from what you've been telling me, it sounds like Savio is doing this of his own accord, and I doubt he's throwing your name around. Or maybe he is. I honestly can't tell what that boy, man is going thing. What is he? What is whatever he is? Whatever he's going
He's
to do.
Savio, and there's
Yeah.
no explaining that.
Is he really 3 years old?
That's what he tells me.
Never seen him. Anyways, what was that?
He was. Anyway, we need some way to generate a massive amount of food very quickly, and we need a lot of ways to move it. Now, I'm not the bravest when it comes to magical trinkets and baubles, but I believe that you have this fanciful bag that the captain gave you.
Oh, we have two now.
I was on my way to acquire one.
And we just got another one. We figured it would be best if we separated the carpets and me and Laurentius held one each so that we could use a more convenient means of travel if we ever get separated, but
I contacted one of my people who was further down in the who is a little bit closer to home, but unfortunately he was asking more than it would cost for me to go in and get one myself.
Oh yeah, no, there's a back in the city near the locusts. There's a place that deals with used magical items of such sorts. Get one at a cheap price, around 150.
Dozens
What's
of
cheap?
the things lying around.
The,
150.
The friend I was asking 400 for one after labor.
I'm surprised your friend is in business.
Should just go buy bags of holding in bulk and sell it to the underworld.
I usually don't buy things from. I usually
Steam.
I usually don't buy things from him. I sell to him.
I suppose he's selling to people who don't have the same kind of access that we might have, or the knowledge that we might have of such items.
Both.
All right, well, we should probably continue this journey to the outskirts of the city. It's not a short one, though. I suppose we're almost there.
And around now, you notice a message in the sky. I
Hey
suppose.
man, I'm waiting for them to fly.
Anyways,
Hey,
let's
let's fly.
try to find Sabio and win in bird person before
Before they do something dumb.
yeah.
Okay. And I might be borrowing your bag of holding for a few days. I hope that's okay.
Don't see a reason why not. Try to return it. I'd say I trust you a little more than I trust the last person who requested such.
I apologize. I was planning to acquire my own, but unfortunately,
We can get more at a later date. They're cheap. We have the
Yeah.
funds.
I
don't
believe time.
3 sounds like a relatively good number to have among our group. We tend to split up a lot. There's, 6, 7 of us right now. Seems like a good idea. And possibly magical means of communication, so we're not firing arrows at each other to get attention. So have to look
It
into
wouldn't
that.
have that would have never gone through your armor.
I'm more concerned about the carpet, to be honest.
You're not wrong.
Things are expensive.
It's a
and
good shot,
useful.
though. It's fun. We should probably head back then.
All right, Laurentius, you have the wand. You have a second year's enchanter's homework. His end of the year project. Just it's a wooden wand with a Elmer's glue crafted metal tip. Not really, but it's very much homemade. A wand of magic missiles.
No!
I knew it. Yeah.
He's not enchanting anybody.
This is how we get Laurentius to use other spells.
It's pretty good.
We just throw wands at him. Be a regular wizard, damn it!
Wands are pretty good in this game.
Yeah, they recharge and shit.
It has 7 charges, and you can use a bunch at once to raise the level of the spell.
Wow.
I
So
assume
you
1
can
level
just
per
be
charge?
Like, yeah.
Can you just be like level 7 fucking boom?
Yeah, but it can crumble if you use all of them.
Yeah, if you use all the charges, the item might just like disintegrate.
So you can
have
just
to
be
roll a
like
D20.
level 6,
That's
wait a week. Level 6, wait a week.
Yeah, I think it gains chart. You have to roll a die.
There's
to
a
see how many
D6
charges-
plus 1 daily. So
Okay, so you have to roll a die to see. So it could get all its charges back. in one
Oh
go.
yeah, that's good.
good item.
Magic
Does
missile.
it- But does it require attunement?
He deserves a decent. No, it's just a wand. You just anyone
Important.
can pull it out. You just have to know the word. We'll say the word is
Avada Kedavra.
Yeah, it's gonna be Avada Kedavra. You just gotta.
I don't know who thought of that.
But yeah, I presume as you guys chat, you begin to levitate into the air and fly. And as you do, it doesn't matter what your perception is, but I mean, Macarius sees it. But I mean, in the sky, there's a block party going on. That's what you read.
I just in my half trance kind of thing, I just see it and I just sigh.
I don't mean to interrupt if you were gonna like use your bags of holding to maybe scoop up food or go beg farmers for food or whatever you were gonna do, but I was
don't
just
think.
I'm saying as soon as you start flying, there are literally clouds of words in the sky that you will quickly notice.
We're gonna need to stop by a bakery.
What?
We need to get. This is like. This is. This is like when you're in elementary school and there's a bake sale and you have to get the stuff, but you ignore it until the day before, and then you're like, Mom, I need shit for the bake sale, quick.
I don't think that's gonna work.
We need to stop buying bakery.
I'm pretty damn sure I put bakeries in this section of the. Yeah, you're good. You can find a bakery if you really want to.
Do you have any solution for this?
I don't
have
even
no-
know what's happening. What's he trying to do?
Wait, what does the clouds do? What did he say?
The clouds say, if you want food, bring a table to the Burnished Heart Church.
Bring a table.
Bring a table.
I don't know what he wants to do, but if he thinks that he's handing out the children's food, he is sorely mistaken.
I think that's what he's thinking.
Oh,
I'm very tempted to simply let him deal with this how he fit.
I
Okay,
do
it'll be
people.
fine.
There's no greater teacher than failure. Learn that the hard way.
You might
See?
just forget about failure.
that would be fine. The name of my damn church wasn't in the damn sky.
Oh, and he might be throwing around your name as well.
You can try to fireball if you want.
He throwing around your name as like a supposed host of this to try and spread good word about all that stuff you were. Is he doing that?
Who knows?
I don't know, but when men with swords show up to try to rob all the food, we should probably be there to stop it.
Right. And I just want to talk to the. What the?
Should we try to bring food? I don't know what to do.
Yeah, dude, I got how many rations?
Rations. Yeah, that's what
10
we'll hand out.
rations. 10 days worth in my pocket, and a healing potion. If
What
anyone
did
wants to drink
what
that,
did
I don't know how
Androcles
filling
say?
it is.
What was Androcles' like response to the whole like us providing them with like food and money in exchange for information? Was he open to that?
Yeah, he said we would work out the details as soon as he knows that this
They're on board, kind of thing. Everything's-
organization is actually on board. But basically, you said that they're a clusterfuck. So
Yeah, I said we have the
Just
facet.
like
I
this
to-
is
I-
about to be.
I told him that we had the facet of children that would be doing the main information scouting. They're under
Yeah.
our control, but the rest of the organization is a little bit clustered, and we're trying to smooth all that out.
yeah,
So-
the organization is a chicken with its head cut off right now, and you kind of need to get to stop running around.
Kind of
and
need to
bleeding
just
all over
like
the place.
roughly sew the head back on, and then puppet the dead body around so that everyone's happy.
Yeah, something like that.
That seemed like a good analogy.
Yeah, I like it.
Yes, it does.
Igor casts polymorph chicken on Savia. No.
All right, so I think the name of this episode is Chicken Sewing.
Chicken
It's
sewing.
I don't know what it's called,
We don't
but
even have the last episode up.
no, I don't. I hope that's not deleted.
It's deleted.
So, okay, so are you guys doing anything in particular, or are you just heading to the church?
You think we could get some of the food from the children and then reverse them later? Hope and just simply hope that
Ooh, dangerous game.
that is a dangerous game. Deal isn't completely finalized yet. Androcles says he's totally on board with that as long as everything is going smoothly.
I don't know
Working
how
their part.
Savio expected me to materialize a ton of food within a day, but it's idealistic for sure.
He's ambitious. He's an ambitious man.
Quite ambitious. We should try to produce some food quickly. Is there anywhere that we can?
I'm a
purchase
soldier. I'm not a.
Yeah, this is
Druid?
farmland, and there are bakeries. But I mean, the quantity you're looking for, I mean, at least off the top of your head, I mean, you can go hit up the food stocks
Put it in the
where
fucking
Sabio
cloud.
is heading right now, which we'll get to in a second. But you can run through some dude's field and take all his tomatoes. I mean,
Not
that's kind of
s-
fucked up.
I'm not stealing from anywhere to get food.
I'm not stealing from anywhere for Savio's dome.
Wow.
Um,
I'm smart. I'm a genius.
I'm smart and stuff.
I think
thing is-
everything through.
The thing is, like, if you show up to a bakery and say like, how much bread can you give me in an hour? It's not gonna be a
Not
lot.
much.
No, they can't.
They're gonna be like, I mean, I can get you like some loaves, man. Like,
Yeah. Takes a while to
if you
bake
told
bread.
them like,
Fuck
hey,
yeah.
in a week, we're gonna buy a shitload of bread, they would do their, they would try,
Yeah,
They
that
try
would
their
be
best.
really
They're all-
cool if I knew that I had a week to do this. That would be really amazing.
Well said.
But
I don't need to pick. Let's roll.
but yeah, given a day, just me speaking, you know, if I were Sylvester giving you advice or whatever, he's just like, I mean, we can go shove all of the children's food in some bags. Like that's all I got, man.
Right now, it
Well,
seems like
Sylvester's not even with you, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So forget that.
Yeah, man.
I
He's
don't
with
see
us.
where we could get such a quantity of food, and I'm not sure I want.
I got this.
Either way, we
Alright.
need to. We should probably get over there as fast as possible
Ooh, look at that.
to the church or to the. We go to the
Sure.
children's hideout to make sure Sabio doesn't grab all that food somehow.
Yeah, what's your destination?
They're not gonna let
Pick
them.
one.
Yeah, I think we're good. Just going to the church.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go to the church.
Let's go to the church and figure
Take a
out what the
break,
hell
find
is
their own
going
food.
on.
You slide on towards the church, while meanwhile, as you fly overhead, Sabio's in the gutter. How you doing, Sabio?
Alright, man. One step of the ladder at a time. We're going straight toward the food. Does anybody notice me or stop me before I just like get to it?
That depends. Which way do you go?
What do you mean? The way that the rat was at.
Okay.
The rat-
You go the way that the rat was at. It kind of looks at you and squeaks, and then sort of like walks up to you cautiously and like sort of squints its little eyes at you.
Remember me?
Slingshot.
It gives you like a slight little rat head nod.
Alright.
Why is this rat so smart?
It scurries back over to this like a crate that is just apparently endlessly entertaining for it. Which also, this is an additional storage room for food, so I mean, there's already crates and stuff that you could start getting your hands on, and no one would know any better.
Huh. So,
Should probably
the rat
tell-
is doing what to the crate? He's just
Chilling.
playing with it?
No.
He sits here and he watches this area. He recognizes you, and he likes one of your friends.
Alright, that's nice. So, I don't need to animal messaging him. Got
You can
it.
talk to it if you want, but it seems to eye you up and down and kind of approve of your presence.
I will leave it be and walk toward Igor's door in that general area where tons of the boxes of food are.
Yeah, it's divided up into. I mean, I can give you the specific categories if you want, but I mean, unless you don't care, it's.
Well, before anything, can I hear him working first of all?
He's not really doing much cooking, given you destroyed his his stove or whatever. But yeah, he's in there. He's chopping at something.
What could it be?
A life-size doll of Sabio.
Alright.
Where did
He's
he get that?
practicing.
So I'm gonna
Made out of
start
meat.
playing the harp really loudly, and I'm gonna cast my other new spell on the food, which is
God.
speak with plants, and I'm gonna give it some sentience, all of them, really, as much of it as I can.
Nice song choice, dude. All right, what the fuck? You can question plants. You're not there.
So I
You talk to view plants within 30.
Yeah, I don't know. Count.
Okay, what are you talking to, man? Name
will-
your victim.
What is this plant? What is this spell?
It lets you speak with plants. What else do you need to know?
Who do you want to talk to? Name your vegetable.
I'll ask the tomatoes whether or not. Jesus. Okay. I'll make it rain on them. Jesus Christ. Crop is it's basically a mandragora, isn't it? But yeah, I'm making it rain on them.
There's no sun.
Riley, that face was amazing.
Look me in the eyes, tomato. Calm down.
Persuade him.
Everything's alright now. I just need a couple of answers from you. I'm persuading him. And there we go.
You say you gave him water somehow? I didn't. I
Yeah,
missed
I'm making it rain with a geyser aimed at the ceiling.
it. Okay. Like a slow, not violent.
A fountain,
Okay.
actually.
Persuade the tomato. Persuade the tomato.
What's
Okay.
happening?
The water hits the tomato and it is. Okay. Ooh, all right. Okay.
I just
Sunlight. And how about reattaching me to my vine?
I just informed Cam as to what was
Listen.
going on.
Where's my
Everything's-
body? Where's my body?
Are you saying that you were sentient when you were growing, but you're not anymore? Don't worry about all that. More importantly, you know that guy, the violent one with the knife, who's always making loud sounds. The guy
What?
over there points at the door.
What? There's a violent man? Is he? Did he do this to me?
Who
I don't
brought
have a
you
body.
here? You don't remember who
What?
brought you here in a crate?
I was out growing in the field with everyone else, and it all went dark and dry.
That's all? Ah,
Save me.
can I roll a plant under the door? Like, I'm gonna look around for a small enough plant to roll it under the door of Igor's door.
Okay, name a plant that's like this big that you can roll.
Asparagus.
Oh, spit! You go on. Is that what you want to use?
I wanted
Celery,
to do
maybe?
carrots or celery.
Okay.
Or something
Okay.
stick-shaped.
Okay. You rummage around. You do find a pretty small little piece of celery, and you you roll it under the door.
I can't wake up.
As it tumbles under, it's like.
Wake me up, bitch!
Don't neglect your mission. I say that quietly enough.
To the celery?
Yes.
Okay, there's a piece of celery in the room. Igor doesn't seem to notice.
What is he doing? The man.
I'm on my face. Can't see anything. Maybe try another one.
Alright, do any of you
Oh my
goddamn
God.
plants know about the man in that room? Alright, better question. Would you rather be down here or up in the sun surrounded by a ton of people that love you?
The other one, not down here. This sucks.
Alright, done listening to you. It's happening. Look forward to it. And I'll knock on Igor's door. You can never get good vegetables these days.
You knock
Honest-
on the door. The celery kind of makes a surprise noise. You knock on the door. You hear the cleaver slam into the table, like he's like placing it there.
So what did you want for your next character, Socks?
I
Just
have
curious.
Sylvester with me. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Remember what happened last time Sylvester and Igor met?
You can hear him grumbling. He's just, do they not read the sign? He opens the door.
It's
What
us
do you?
again.
He sees you as
Closes
the
the
door. He opens the door.
We have business. It's about our promise.
Brought me table.
Well,
He looks down at the floor. Why is there celery on my floor? I was salting meat.
I have no idea. It's your room, but you know.
Picks up the celery. Now it's dirty. Look what you did. He throws the celery into like the just like a trash heap like in the corner, like basically a trash can,
I'll save
waste
you.
receptacle. You hear the celery just as he like lands in the trash to become compost.
At least he
So-
composts.
At least he compost.
before anything else, my friend and I wanted to apologize for invading your safe space and making a mess of things. But yes, we have made a table arrangement. And I know you said you didn't want to be down here anymore. I mean, you wanted to be down here still. You don't mind working in the sewers. But do you know the Burnished House Church at all?
Do they have stove?
If they don't, I'm sure we could get you one within a day. But the point is, I've been speaking with a man who would like to become the new leader of the children, and he wants that to be your new base of operations. Is there a problem with bringing all of this food there and serving tons of people? I know how many children.
Serving tons of people?
Mostly
cute?
children,
Mmm.
but anyone hungry needs food, right?
Persuade Igor.
As I persuade him,
Do better
I'll
than you
take
did with me.
a bite out of whatever he's making and pretend that it's extremely delicious.
You take
It is
about
raw salted meat.
I'm still, through a grimace, giving him a very persuasive mmm.
Holy shit. You bite into the raw meat, and Igor looks at you like a little bit confused, but you, as you make your case, and he says, "You have guts. I like it." He takes the meat from you and takes a bite out of it too, and he smiles like a bloody like smile as he chews on the.
I'll pat him on the shoulder. Yes, this is
You
how
take
real
me
men
to
do
this church of burning hearts or whatever.
it.
I feed the kids. Yeah, he puts a bunch of meat in like a crate in there that he's salted, and he picks up the one crate. It's like, would this be enough?
Well, what are we going to do with all the rest of the food, including the food that was in the cafeteria, which is yours, by the way?
It is my cafeteria. That food is cooked. It's no good anymore.
What about the stuff in the crates?
This food is good. Ready to cook.
Well, you don't have to carry it all yourself. We could.
Igor can't carry it all himself. Very strong. Not that strong.
We'll carry as much as we can right now. My friend, his name is Sylvester, by the way. How do you do? And
I remember I cut him apart.
He
I'm
doesn't
sorry,
mind.
bird friend. You remind me of much of my. Sylvester's just like wide-eyed and like looking at like the scars on his body where he got like killed in one round of combat, and he's.
we got eviscerated.
So, show the nice man what you can do, my friend.
Okay. Sylvester casts floating disc.
Floating disc.
It's a disc that floats.
Oh, like a
That's what
plate.
it is.
It's just a large. He's like a
Yes.
like a server holding like a large.
Except it
Casts a
floats.
little plate that follows him around. Underneath, what's the most useful thing here?
How much weight can it have?
Most useful thing here. is
500 pounds.
500. Sylvester's smart, so you guys can help me out with this. Where are my categories here?
3 feet in diameter.
I'm kind of thinking like cheese, maybe. Let's see here. Got here. Where are we at?
See, I like this because Seal's camera died again, but I just like to think that he turned his camera off, left, and went to bed at when all this started.
Well, whatever. So there's like,
Fuck this.
what was there? There's fruits and vegetables. There's like chickens in crates. There's
Does Sylvester take offense to that?
eggs.
I take offense to that.
There's-
Maybe we don't bring
there's a-
that stuff.
There's wine because it doesn't spoil. There's cheese.
Don't worry, we'll have an expert at creating fires once we get there.
I think
Bring flour and yeast so you just make lots of bread.
That takes a
Yeah,
long
but-
time.
I think Sylvester's gonna just lift up 500 pounds worth of cheese. bunch of cheese wheels basically that are all hardened and completely preserved in their cheesy greatness. Someone's gonna have to blast those open. You get a feeling Igor knows how to blast open cheese wheels.
I feel like I get a feeling Igor knows how to work with food.
Cheese blasting master.
He nods in approval at the cheese. He says, "Ah, yes, this quick to prepare, very filling."
How many do you think we could stack up on this?
500 pounds.
I'm just saying you have 500 pounds of cheese.
Oh, okay.
That's a lot of cheese.
I mean,
I'm doing the ice cylinder
A lot of cheese.
crate of cheese. Cheese wheels are probably pretty heavy.
Probably.
Man, are we
much
looking
you
at
think
how
of cheese
heavy
we
this
talking?
is?
I mean, okay, this is
None of
funny,
that
but-
white shit.
What?
I
White
hate
cheese is great. There's
We're
this
gonna
cheese
hand,
we.
We're gonna hand wave a bit so we can get to your block party.
Wait,
before
wait,
the
wait,
session.
one second, one second. Cam just went to Costco. Let me show you the best cheese on the planet.
He's going.
You get a large amount
Did you
of
get
cheese that
cheese?
can fit on your tiny plate. It's
You
so
get what?
heavy
Yeah, there it
that
is.
you
One
can
sec.
stack multiple crates on each other to pretty decent success. And of course, the plate has perfect balance. So
Hey, can we bring any of this cheese? Because this shit is great.
I've never seen
Costco, it's white. It's
And
great.
can
Everything's
you-
good about it. It's white. Like, how can you get any better?
That's
he
the
can
best
move
part.
the
It's
plate,
white.
right? It can
Yeah,
move
that's
across. Can he control it, or does it just follow him?
that. It follows him.
Look at that cheese.
I see it.
Here, have a description. It just the color of the milk. It can
All
be the
cheese
same
is naturally white.
Oh, he can't actually make the plate lift up and stack crates on each other, so he's only going to be able to get one big ass crate of cheese, basically.
Well, I don't want them in the crate. I want to just like put them there as food on top of each other as a tower of food. Because the crates would be like way too hard to carry.
Yeah, but then you have food toppling everywhere if they're not held in crates.
That's why I'm gonna make an ice cylinder around the food, like I said before. So like cheese wheel upon cheese wheel, and
He's
then
a
around
genius.
it, blue ice. At least 5 feet tall.
Can you make an ice swan like fountain thing that as
Okay.
like a centerpiece
You
of the whole
increase your
picnic?
capacity to the point where yes, you have a fuckload of cheese now and a crate of meat.
He's carrying the crate of meat, right?
Igor is, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
What are you carrying, huh?
I mean,
Well,
he's...
I kind of have my carrying capacity full, but Sylvester, pick whatever you like. Don't take those vegetables; they're jerks. That one, maybe that crate.
the
points at
tomato.
wine.
The tomato just lets out a cry. How long does this last? If you could,
What?
10 minutes. Yeah, they're just like screaming at you to take us with you.
Does
Alright,
Igor have
oh,
anything to say about this?
They can't. He can't.
Oh.
has
Nobody
no
else
idea.
can tell. So,
No one hears this except for Sabia.
Of course.
Sylvester, why don't you work with Igor to pick out the best wine there? I need to think for myself for a moment over here, and I walk over to the vegetables. Alright. You're gonna have to fight to the death if you want to come with me. Whoever makes it out, I will carry.
Good person?
I'm just-
They do fight? How? Fight what? I'm dying.
Just puff your chest out really hard and try to look shiny for me, okay? And whoever looks the best wins.
One of the tomatoes bursts a little.
Ow!
You just see it rupture and just like a little comes out the side.
Alright, I'll pick a random one.
Strange man.
No.
As it lets out a death sigh.
None of you are going to
Damn
die
it, you
like
beat me to it.
5,333 people can be fed with the cheese that you have.
that.
You'll be okay.
What the hell?
5,000?
I don't know.
Cheese?
It's ghetto math. It's a cheese block party, okay? Everyone will be
Tomato
fed.
boot?
But anyway, so I'll pick up one tomato and one
God damn.
asparagus and put them in my pockets.
Thanks for picking me.
I hold it up triumphantly. Your new name is Simone, and you are Beauregard.
Which one's which?
I'll let them pick.
Okay, the asparagus is like, hey, yo, man, I like that name. Asparagus is
Which-
king.
Okay.
You said Beauregard?
Beauregard, yes.
Beauregard. Okay. Sylvester, he does what he can. He carries, you wanted to give him wine?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, he carries a little bit of wine.
I've got a mission for you two as well, my new pocket monsters. Be ready for your work.
Asparagus, yes, boss. The tomato. All right.
Yes.
All right, you roll out and you head back to your block party. By the time you get there, your going is a bit slow given the added weight. About 3 hours later, the whole fam is there. Wynn brought in the magic carpets as they landed and filled you in on the situation, I suppose. A number of tables are around the area. Uh, Sister Nora is helping organize things and getting the tables spread out and getting people seated for the food that they are allegedly promised. She's also, as you've been waiting, managed to diffuse a couple of unsavory types and get them to sit down and behave instead of acting up through some sort of holy power of, presence and charisma. Uh, some of the people who might have been thinking about just stealing some stuff, she's managed to get them to behave for now. There you are as you're all waiting, on your carpets, or you maybe put your carpets away. Maybe you've been seated by Sister Nora somewhere waiting.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the
As-
carpets away as fast as humanly possible.
As here come Igor, Sylvester, and Savio.
Oh,
The fuck
God.
ton of cheese, a big
Oh,
crate
no.
of meat.
So, Edelon, where do you think they got that food?
I don't want to know. I know, but I don't want to.
Can I see Armin yet? From where I'm standing? Because I want to message cantrip him as soon as I can see him. Come over here. It's your time.
Oh yeah, yeah. He messaged cantrips to you, Orman.
God, my hair is so.
What the fuck are you doing?
He replies in whisper.
This is what I told you to do, didn't I? I was like, you go there and you ask Igor for the food and you bring it from there. What's the problem?
You know they're gonna lynch us as soon as they find out that we took their food, right?
It's not their food, it's your food. You're the leader, right?
No, I'm not yet.
Well, this is how you become the leader. Just announce Sylvester as your crow servant to everyone.
And I become the leader by stealing their shit and giving it to random people.
As they roll up, a number of people in the audience are members of the children. A number of them are just children, and most of them, for the most part, what they notice are either one of two things: Igor, or you recognize those crates? Like you're kind of like asking each other. But for the most part, they're like, "Holy shit, Igor's here!" Like, damn son.
He doesn't come out
Or,
often.
Igor comes out. He like looks around. Who in charge here? Sister Nora like looks.
I'm
at
just
him
I'm
and,
just
like,
gonna look right at Orman.
Baracus looks right at Orman. Igor like snaps to you. Some people look at Sister Nora. He looks at both of you. Alright, it don't matter. Where can I cook and prepare food? He like looks around at like the now like upwards of hundreds of people that are just like seated around the churchyards of this massive picnic.
But is there 5,333 and
Hell no. But there is a third of a person who is a disaster to look at. Oh, not really.
I didn't know that kid was in attendance.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna.
Which
I'm
kid am I
just gonna
talking
turn
about?
to Nora,
The one that
like,
got understabbed or the one that got blown up by a fireball? You'll never know.
Well,
Together they
turn
can
to
get to a
Nora.
whole third of a person.
just gonna turn to Nora, and I'm going to give her the most pleading glance that I can.
She gives you a little nod. She like whispers to you, "What's his name?"
Igor?
Mr. Igor. I guess you're the chef. Right this way. And she like brings them into the into the church where you and Sylvester go, Sabio, and she's like, use this, I guess. And he's just gonna be cooking meat like on the like holy like flaming like
Oh.
This meat is
what is it?
fucking godly.
Blessed.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Food is divine.
The holy fucking fire thing that
The
burns there.
altar?
The hearth.
Yeah, the hearth. There we go. Yeah,
The holy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
the like burning hearts. He's just like, I suppose it's fitting.
I
"He
am
thanks
just
her. I will get to cooking. You, Birdman, and you, also Birdman. You help me crack open cheese." He like sets the cheese there and like hands you like a hammer and like a little pin. Get to it, and you just like have your little pin and your hammer, and after numerous instruction, you have various levels of success. You manage to crack open a couple things of cheese by the time Igor has like cooked entire pieces of meat and is then getting Sylvester to start like bringing out food and serving it to all the people.
Oh, if this
How's
goes well,
that?
this could be
Service
great
is
for public.
pretty slow. They notice that, and before long, Nora has more and more hands on deck, helping break open cheese and bring it out to everyone. She sort of takes over this whole thing since Igor's not really good with words and you're not good with logistics, as she handles the best of both and starts getting everything cracked open and everyone getting food. And drinking wine isn't ridiculous for these people. It's just cleaner water, basically. Even though it is alcoholic, it's normal. It's not like wine for these kids. It's like this ridiculous thing. It's just normal. And before long, more and more people are getting served, and everyone is enjoying cheese
Cheese.
and little
Jeez.
bits of meat, little meat cubes and stuff. And
Hey man, it's free. You can't complain.
It's pretty good.
notice the atmosphere seems pretty good. Everyone seems to be behaved.
I'm gonna say
Everyone-
to Oriman or Edoan, whatever. Hey, if this goes well, this is actually pretty good conditions.
Yeah, until they ask where that food came from.
Hey, good luck with that.
Is there anything in particular you want to do during your party and your cheese eating and your meat eating?
I'm gonna, once I finish cracking open stuff, I'm going to walk over to Ormin and put my hand on his shoulder and say, well, I don't mean to pressure you into a life that you didn't want, but nobody's going to be mad if you claim it as yours. All right? It was right for the taking, right? I mean, if Igor says it's fine, it's fine. So I'm just gonna play a song over here, and you can tell them whatever you want.
He's setting
luck,
you up for the
everyone.
speech. Man.
Are you casting a spell or are you just performing?
Can I say nothing?
I'm just performing whatever you would like.
All right, go ahead, Edoan. What were you saying?
Oh no, when he asked, I'm just like, can I say nothing?
And I say whatever you would like, and I walk off. Hand wave.
So the first thing I do is I go find Nora.
Okay.
What did he promise you?
Who? Sabio?
Yes, the our esteemed friend.
Well, he simply asked that I host these lunches. I guess it would be dinner now.
Well, that's very generous of him. And
Yes,
generous
very.
of you to allow us to use the space. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. It's nice to seeing some of these hooligans sitting down and behaving.
Amen to that.
Performance.
Sabio sets the mood and plays the block party music. You know, like Backstreet Boys and stuff like that. Summer songs, even though it's not summer.
Yeah, what season
Alright.
is it?
It's near winter. It's fall.
Well,
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get the food on.
Cool.
Somebody.
I can't give a speech tonight because my brain isn't functional enough to give a speech tonight.
That's fine.
So I guess we'll pick up here next week if that's okay.
Did you want to say something or no? If not, I can.
I, I have been set up in a position where I have to say something.
No, you don't.
So
No one knows. No one knows you're gonna. He didn't like be like, and now a speech. He's just like, if you want to say something right now, this would be a good time. But yeah, if you actually want to do a speech, yeah, save that. You can prepare.
I was about to say, like, I'll think about that, and we might do speeches, we might not. We'll pick up here next week if that's okay.
Okay. I'll let me lead you into where we'll end off then.
I'm keeping on the lookout for people who look like they're gonna try to.
I'm
Yes.
half
You're-
kind of just watching what's going on and like what the fuck is happening, and half doing the same thing.
Yes, Marcarius, you're pretty much always vigilant.
I'm just happy if anybody
Someone
talks
has
to
to be.
anybody here.
As people are eating and chatting amongst themselves, the topic, and especially as the wine and music gets flowing, most of the the children that are there, as in the members of the organization, uh, word spreads of the loss of a dad, and then word begins to spread to there needing to be a vote. It gets a little more rambunctious, and eventually, pretty much everyone in the area comes to agreement that there needs to be some sort of vote, and some of the more vocal one like sort of gets up and is like, all right then, we'll do that. We'll hold a vote. Anyone who thinks that they should be the new dad, go ahead and step on up there. Just set a crate down, an empty cheese crate, turn it over, set it there. Just stand on up there, make your case. Once everyone's done making their case, we'll have a vote among the candidates, and we'll go from there. Everyone has an equal vote. Sits down and
When he
people
says that
sort of
everyone has an equal vote, does that just mean like everyone who's there, or only members of the
the just members of the
Everyone.
just the
Nah.
members of the whoever's considered members of the organization. At that, Igor sort of
I would like to point out that I'm
Approach it.
currently wearing the cloak that I took from.
okay. Igor sort of comes over, a little bit cooked up or whatever. He's got food on him and stuff from his preparations. But he leaves. Says, "I think I will cook here from now on. And also, I think I know who I'm going to endorse." And he walks over to Itawan and Sabio, and he sort of puts his hand on either of your shoulders and gives you each a nod. Yeah. Then he looks to Sabio and Win, and he's like, "Thank you for the tables." And that's where we'll leave off. With a
Dude, you got
Vote.
Igor's vote. That's gotta count for like
It's like
lots.
5 votes.
That's like
What?
people are like, hey man, Igor.
we'll have a little vote next time, and probably go talk to the king afterwards and see what happens.
We need to have a vote right now. What day are we playing on?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
you're right.
That's a problem.
I know if Seal did Seal already leave? I don't have noises.
He's in the
on.
call.
Okay.
Yeah, so-
Yeah. Well,
Okay, yeah.
you
one second, I'm
prefer
gonna end the
Friday
stream
and
there.
Saturday.
Mhm.
That was.